Okay. So, dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Our guest faculty for today will be Ma'am Ambereen. She is an MBA from IBA, and prior to that, she has an engineering degree in computer science, and she has been helping us in the Women Entrepreneurship Program for many years. She has been authoring. She has authored a lot of case studies, and she will be interacting with you for the next like 45 minutes. We have three guest speakers coming, inshallah. And stay tuned and over to Ma'am Ambereen. Assalamu alaikum. आप शुरू कर दीजिएगा मैम अगर से 12 people हैं but still alhamdulillah very high intelligent people have arrived. Over to you. I will be joining inshallah after my meeting from IBA Karachi.
So can you make the team co-host please? So if
ये
we
आप
have
कर
any
देना प्यारे बच्चे
तो आप
आपको
मुझे
बना दीजिए
host
हाँ
बना
भी
दो
आप co-host भी वैसे कर सकता है किधर गए हैं नहीं आपको होस्ट बना दिए भी होस्ट भी कर सकते हैं मेरे
नहीं सर वो co-host नहीं कर सकते. Thank you sir.
Okay, Islam. Over to Ma'am Ambereen.
Okay, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students, and good morning to all of you. I think it was drizzling in the morning, I guess, and a couple of electricity failure as well in morning, and but the still temperature is around 31, 32. It's too hot still after so much rain. So I hope you all are doing well, fine, fit, happy, and active as well, which is really very hard in the morning to be active. It's a tough task, and in online classes, I think it would be more tough to be very active in morning, including the instructor, trainer, and for teacher as well, even for the team as well. But we are trying to make you up, and we replace as a ourselves as a Nescafe coffee cup. So I hope so. So we have interesting cases today, couple of cases, and the difference is that it is basically the cases of our own local indigenous women entrepreneurship cases from our very own businesswomen. So no more today any foreign cases and any outside cases. We have our own Pakistani cases today. So we have changed a little bit schedule so I can cover more towards the women programs of CED. As I am teaching in mostly in the women entrepreneurship program from last 5 years in here with Dr. Shahid. So, so this is a different session as it covers most from the women entrepreneurship cases. One thing is that, and we have a very active and very good guest speaker today as well on board with us. They will join us in a couple of, I think by 10:30, and the second guest will around 10:45. Both are women doing awesome work in their domains. One is doing some clothing line business, and the other is in education sector, running one Montessori, one entrepreneurial Montessori, we can say that, and inculcating the entrepreneurial mindset at a very young stage of kids. So this is the complete model of our 1 hour from 10 to 11. So before going to formal start my session, I would like to show you one interesting thing about our women entrepreneurship model. Like what's the actually framework of our model. So I would like to discuss a little bit about it. Then we will move towards our case. I hope you will enjoy it and you will learn from some different perspective as well. So do we have, Azmi Saab, do we have our international participant here as well? Or
yes, we have Nazreen from Azerbaijan.
Okay,
and
okay.
Others will join soon.
Okay, okay. So IBA student, good morning once again, and Nazreen, good morning from Pakistan. Once again, welcome all of you. So give me a few seconds so I can. Okay, so I would like to brief about some our model regarding the web, WEP, right? So WEP basically is the Women Entrepreneurship Program, and web has been conducting in IBA-CED from last 5 to 6 years from our platform, and we trained more than 1,000 women from this web program. So we covered under this we covered the micro entrepreneurship and the entrepreneurship across. So we have conducted various programs and workshops in various cities of Pakistan. We have done a lot of work in Karachi here, and we conducted program in Faisalabad, in Lahore, in Quetta as well. And we have a diverse target audience for web, and we have kind of our own program and plus the funded program as well under the name of WEP uh, for different socio-economic classes. So we are in form we almost target the lower tier of the women as well to the upper tier as well. So we almost cover all the socio-income classes. So we have customized program from the upper tier, from the middle tier, from the lower tier. We have done a lot of work for for the rural in the rural areas as well. So this is a small intro of WEP, and right now in the next month we are going to announce a one more program that's the fourth season basically, and we call it the Mother Entrepreneurship Program. So we have conducted MEC, we call it in short form MEC, Mother Entrepreneurship Program. We have successfully concluded the 3 seasons of Mother Entrepreneurship Program in last year and in this year in February. And this is the fourth time we are going to launch it again in the August. This is the season 4, and we have especially designed this program for mothers and teachers to train them for the entrepreneurial mindset. So as you can see on my screen, this is the basic framework of WEP. It based on basically the 4 pillars: name, pre-effectuation, and number 2 is the effectuation principle. You already know about it. And the third pillar is family-centered women entrepreneurship, and the fourth pillar name is nation builder. So basically, it's a unique combination of 4 different components, and we blended all this together to reflect actually the true indigenous value or to reflect our own culture. So there will be no confrontation with the West woman model that based on the empowerment and um, something that surely will not would not reflect to our own core values. So this is our own model. So we have designed pre-effectuation basically is something like self-actualization, self-realization of own self, right? A sense of wonder, seeing the world through the effectual lens. It is the pre-effectuation is the word is to step in the world of abundance. So this is the first pre-effectuation, and we call it to find out the inner hidden potential, whatever you have in it. So this is the pre-effectuation. This is actually the very strong pillars, and when we teach this, the women will start seeing the world from very different perspective. And number 2, already you know about it, the principle of effectuations. This covered the bird in hand, lemonade, quilt, and pilot and plane principle. You already know all about it. And the third is the family-centered women entrepreneurship. This is a very unique concept as per the Eastern culture society. So what it covers is uh, every woman, every family-centered woman entrepreneurship is that the woman has a major role in her family. She is the major building block of the family. She is important. She should be empowered, and she should play a role of an advisor in her home. And she should play the key role to help family member to live. Uh, to live to live with the family members with complete harmony. Her responsibility is to make her family win, either by cooperation or by working with them, and by supporting them means her family in best possible way. So this is something about the family-centered woman entrepreneurship, and the fourth pillar is nation building, and that's the last part of the RWEP model, and it says that after self-recognition, after playing a positive role in the family, now you should work for something for your nation as well. So give some time, take some time away for the nation as well, and give back to the community from your time from your time, like you can do some community services, you can do some social services, you can teach a few women around you, and keep this chain going on, keep this chain of learning new things going on with us. So this is basically the four pillar model of WEP. And based on this model, actually we won the award in 2017 in USA. Let me show you I think maybe you have seen that picture of Dr. Shahid. Uh, this, yes. On the basis of this WEP model, Women Entrepreneurship Model, and on the basis of this indigenous curriculum we have designed for our own Pakistani women. USASB is the United States Association for Small Businesses and Entrepreneurship. So we won award on this curriculum for outstanding specialty entrepreneurship program. So this is a big achievement for IBA and for CED and for Dr. Shahid as well, to win this award among various top-notch university in the US. So these are the exclusive programs we have conducted in Quetta, Lahore, Faisalabad, and Karachi. Sometimes we got funding from like the World Bank, and from sometimes from the Interloop, from more organization, and sometimes we started by our own program, like MEC, Mother Entrepreneurship Program, is non-funded program, and we started on our own without funding. We have done gender equity program, Women X program, a women technology based program, entrepreneurship program for the household workers. And this is just quick overview. So coming back to our today's case, it is about the first case we will learn is the case study of Yasmin Gaya Saiba doing some water business, and the other case studies I would like to cover is Enchante of Sugana Abbas Saiba doing some jewelry business. So I will try to cover both cases in few 15 to 20 minutes. Then we will move forward to our guest speaker. So give me a few seconds so I can switch my slide. Okay, I hope my screen, you can see my screen. Uh, so this is Yasmin Gayaseva, an amazing woman entrepreneur, and she is doing her business by the name of B Harry's. B Harry's mineral water. So there is one story hidden behind this word B Harry's,
No, we
right?
can't see.
You cannot see? Okay,
It's only showing the folder.
okay.
Now,
Give me, I should stop sharing, then we'll start sharing again. I hope you can see now.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
Yes.
okay, okay. So this is an amazing story of our very own woman entrepreneurship, Yasin Sahiba, and she is the founder of YG Engineering Company. YG is a short of her own name, Yasmin Gayas, and basically she belongs to the Bihari community, right? People here knows we have one community here. We call them Bihari. So from that Bihari word, she derived her brand name and call her Bihari's mineral water. So this is a mix of English and the Urduish or English, something kind of this. So this is a little bit bios about her. I'm going to explain it further. So Yasmin Gaya Saiba is our own participant of Women X program held in Karachi, IB under CED and back in 2014. So she is our alumni as well. And this is a case study of very super duper active and dynamic lady. And she is wife, she is a mom, and she is a grandmother as well. So she experimented so many small ventures before her marriage, she was doing makeup at the wedding venue back in some 80s. In 80s, she used to go to the halls and the wedding venue and provide the makeup services to the bride. This is very quite interesting in that era. It means in 70s, not in 80s, and in 1982 she got married. Her husband was a marine engineer, and after marriage she got ample time because her husband was a marine engineer. So she started some own boutique business with her friend and made some quality dresses. And she started branding her dress line in some mid of 80s, even mid of 80s. You can even imagine. Then the brand concept emerged in Pakistani market, I think, much later, in somewhere in late 90s, and when the technology boom arrived in Pakistan. But she did all these things back in 1986. I think at that time there was no some major brand and kind of there was no some brand awareness at that time, except few. So she started this kind of work back in 1986. Then she ventured out some couple of business with her son-in-law, some investment in the pharmaceutical company, and she did not like that business. Then she left it, and because it involves kind of some investment and some loan from the bank, and she did not like to take loan from bank, so she quit that pharmaceutical investment business and she started something new. She never thought about it. And what was that basically? Her brother was patient of some kidney disease, and she lost her father because of this kidney issue. He was on dialysis, and the same illness diagnosed in her brother as well. And he need at that time he need some sodium free water that contains no salt, kind of. So it was very expensive at that time, and she was very upset that my father passed away, and now my brother is fighting with the same disease, and he needs sodium free water, which is quite expensive, and I am not able to provide these things to this water to my brother. So she started she started kind of studying her own daughter book of chemistry, and read some chapters about water filtration, how to distill water, how to purify water, some distillation process, so on and so forth, from the ninth class chemistry book. And she started her passion in doing this kind of business she never thought about, like something related to water. So at the start, she wanted to do produce some water for kids. So from the very early stage, the kid will be on the sodium-free water. So there will be no so in this way, the chance of the kidney disease may be reduced. So she started with the kids uh, sodium-free water. Somehow it did not approve from the authorities. So many regulation involved in it, and time passed away, and then she took advice from her husband and start working on some very interesting thing that she learned how to make the composition of mineral water. Very interesting thing that she started with something else and she ended with something else. So actually her husband played a very vital role because he was engineer. He know how to actually filter out the marine ocean water and make it usable, and he provide a complete support to his wife Yasmin, and she started a very interesting business from her own kitchen. No plant, no plant, no rent space. She started everything from her own kitchen, right? So this is actually the start of a new journey. And she started this business back in 2006 somewhere, and Biharis were born from her own kitchen. So we have a couple of pictures from her kitchen as well. I can show you in the slides. These are the some statistics of her production. So um, if I relate the whole story of Yasmin in effectuation cycle, then all you know that we have in effectuation we have principles like we have bird in hand principle, we have affordable laws, we have quilt principle, we have laminate principle, and then we have the pilot and plane principle. If I can map all these things, you can relate easily that the Yasmin is very energetic personality and very, and she used to do something and something. Do not want to just live the life as a common, ordinary Pakistani woman who have no passion to do anything. Mostly women don't do work here. So she started with her own means, read something, experimented her something on her own kitchen, right? As her family members will become her partners, advisors, and she pulled money from her own resources, from her husband, from son-in-law, and all family members supported her in her own venture, interact with people, and she wanted to do something in the sodium free water and some water for the baby water, but she ended up with something new, and that's the mineral water. And now she is doing something very bigger, and she along with her husband doing RO plant business, reverse osmosis plant, and install so many RO plant in the suburbs of Karachi, and the couple is looking after these RO plants and provide the technical facility and train the local residents of these suburbs so they can get the clean, pure drinking water at very low cost. So this is actually the our web model in action, that the woman identify her own skill, own passion, own dream, and with the help of the family members, with the money available in hand, without approaching to a bank, without going to some extra funding and external funding, she can pursue her dreams and can find out the new means and new goals. So this is actually a win-win situation for her family, and for as a nation as well, because she is doing a great work, and she's providing a pure clean water at a very low rate, even very less, same composition like of the Aquafina or the Nestle, but she is providing on a very less rate. This is the disposable bottle of Biharis in various volume. can see in the picture, this is the picture of her plant in home. No extra space required, no factory, nothing. Just she used her first floor for this all equipment and this, and she dedicated this part of her home for this processing. This is the inside view of all processing of mineral water. And our IB team visited her for the interview. So she is very friendly in nature, very kind, very soft-hearted, soft-spoken. Mashallah, she is doing great job actually. So this is the 6-liter disposable water to Working Women Welfare Trust for Earthquake Victim Relief, doing a great charity work and provide ample water bottles to the needy person as well. This is the Facebook page of Bihari's Mineral Water. You can visit her page and find out the more what's going on around regarding her business. So almost more than 10 years has been. This is the picture of Yasmin Gaya Saiba receiving a certificate from IBA on her graduation as she was a participant of our Women X program. This is Miss Yasmin, and this is the fourth. This is first from the right hand side, Miss Yasmin with the CED women team, and the second to Miss Yasmin is Sugaina Abbas Saiba. Sugaina Abbas Saiba is, I think its time is almost, I think 10:30. We are unable to cover the next year as our guest is waiting. Sugaina Abbas is the next case, the lady in black strip dress. Very interesting case, very for women actually from Pakistani women perspective. So I think what should I do, Azmi Saab? Should I go with the case or should I invite the guest speaker? What should I do?
It's up to you, ma'am.
Okay,
If you like to do it right now.
okay. So I think I should cover the case, otherwise I we will not get chance to meet again. So give me a few seconds so I can switch my slide. So this is, I hope you can see my screen of Sugaina
Yes.
Bas Enchanted with some jewelry showing on it.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm trying to cover this in next couple of minutes, so you will get basically the basic idea from that case. One more very interesting case and very different as well, because Sugaina is totally a housewife basically, and with no business experience at all. She emerged herself as a successful woman, businesswoman, and really this is incredible. So start with this, the first slide. Enchanté is a French word and it means delight, khushi, happiness, and Sukaina Abbas is our female entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship under the shadow of bullet. So this is a small bios about the Sugaina. Born in educated family in Karachi, her father is IBA alumni, and her father-in-law was doing some software house business, and her husband is banker. She married to her first cousin and had 3 children at very early age, and she herself completed a master's from Hamdard University. So this is the small profile of the Sugaina Abbas, and her grandfather Dada was geologist, Mahir Arziat, we call it in Urdu, geologist, head of the Pakistan Geological Department, and she had a collection of precious gems and stones in her home, and she used to spend hours discussing different properties and origin of those stones with her grandfather. So from that point, she developed a keen interest in jewelry and stones. So after she got married and had three children, and when the children grew up, she found that she had ample time, and what should she can do, and keeping with the three kids in home. So as I told you, that she has developed her interest in stones and some kind of making crafting jewelry from it. This is her actually passion. One incident had happened in her life, one very tragic incident, and what was that? She has a very balanced, very happy married life, right? Every woman can dream of it. And one day she got a call from her husband that, Sugana, come to hospital. I got injured, and she was actually speechless. And later, she found that her husband got some fire from unknown person, and luckily he survived. And then at that time of depression, she realized that what would happen if my husband wouldn't survive. So at that point of time, she realized and started her own venture by the name of Enchante. Enchante means happiness, delight, and she materialized her things, her design, her stones, and crafted a very beautiful, eye-catchy jewelry. And she made her Facebook page by the name of Enchante. She and uh, uh, post some picture. She used to gift that jewelry to her mother-in-law, to her sister, and they all liked a lot. They give some positive feedback on the Facebook page, and then randomly she got an order from the UAE as well. And this is the first order outside from the friends and family circle. So she delivered that order, and got a very feedback from the UA customer. She felt empowered. She felt yes, I can do something on my own. She built confidence with time, and then she took part in exhibition, and she showcased her jewelry to the upscale cafe in Clifton. And her father-in-law supported her a lot and gave her 25,000. That goes to Ghana, make some arrangement for your exhibition. The exhibition went well, make a lot of profit from that exhibition, and just this journey start from home. So this is the Facebook page of Enchante. Of course, this Enchanted jewelry is a premium product, and you can see this is the screenshot of the website. You can visit the enchantesilver.com. Sumera enrolled herself back in 2014-15 to our Women's program, and got trained from us and from Dr. Shahid, and she's mashallah doing a really good business of jewelry, and she used to visit us as a guest speaker as well. And a very decent lady, and you can see the prices of the jewelry is much higher than the normal middle rates of normal jewelry, but the quality is really awesome. You can feel the difference. So this is the pictures of different exhibition. This is Zugana herself. In the picture, you can see her along with her jewelry items. So she transformed her jewelry design towards calligraphy as well. This is a well-known art of text-based jewelry. We call it calligraphy art. And she started the collection for men's as well, regarding the cufflinks and some men items. She introduced very first in line men accessories in the calligraphy, and as a result, Nawaz Sharif, the former ex-prime minister, and Ishaq Dar, the former finance minister, were become her client for this actually particular calligraphy accessories. this is some screenshot from her website. You can see this is the Instagram page, and actually this is a few learning objective of that case, the need-based entrepreneurship in the state of need. So then I use her skill passion as a means of earning. Start from the means at hand, who you are, what you know, whom you know. Take a small step towards growth. So basically the core, the main and the bottom line of the all stories are that start with your own mean, take a small step, and do not go for the external funding, external loan, external money. Pool your money within yourself, from your family members, from your saving, whatever you have in your hand. Make some small experiment and do something. So this is basically the crux of both stories, but you must have some passion for do something. So I hope there are different cases, I know. I hope you enjoyed, and right now I would like to invite um, my guest doing a very good female clothing business. We call it in abaya. It's a Islamic modest clothing. We call it abaya business, and I hope so. Azmisa, has she joined us? Our guest.
Yes, ma'am, she's joining.
Okay. So
Yes.
while she is joining, let me show her a small video. She requested me to play from my end. So give me a few seconds so I can switch over to her video. And her business name is Mona Lisa Clothing Line. Mona Lisa. So wait for a while.
Ma'am, we can't see it. You have to reshare the screen.
Back when I was 18, we used to.
We have Usman Zafar joined the session. He's the guest speaker as well.
Can you see now?
No,
No, ma'am.
you have to reshare the screen. Do the
Yes, I
process.
stopped share, then it's shared again somehow. Can you see now? No?
No, you have to
Back
play
when
the
I
video
was
first and then
18,
share the
we
screen.
used to live in daydreams. Then woke.
No.
Okay, ask our guest speaker to start speaking so I can run in between.
Okay. Sarish, can you do the favor, please?
Yes, she's joining. I just called her. She's joining in a minute.
She's asking for link, Zarish.
I've forwarded her.
You can play the
Okay.
video from
Yes,
YouTube.
I'm
It's not
trying.
working.
I'm trying.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, Angela. Welcome. Welcome
Uh,
to our ISS class. And please start your session. So we have very less 10 minutes. And
sure,
somehow I am unable to show your video, but I'm trying. Maybe in between I will get chance to play it. So please carry
sure.
on.
Okay. Zarish, can you put up my presentation if she's here somehow?
Zarish?
Also, can you see me because I don't know. I'm
Yes,
I'm
yes,
doing
ma'am.
it. I'm doing it.
okay. Is my video? Can you all see my video?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Okay. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, it's coming. Yes, we can
Perfect.
see.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, my voice is clear, right?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay,
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, just bring it on the first slide. Okay, so guys, my name is Angela Shah, and I just a brief introduction about myself. I have done bachelor's, and currently I'm pursuing my MBA. I have done CFA as well, level 1, and yeah, I started my own business a year back, and alongside I'll tell you the journey in a while, but before this, before I get into this, my venture is called Mona Lisa. As you guys can see, hopefully I had a video plan for you guys, but if in time it can be played, it's best. Otherwise it's okay, I'll ask her to share on the group. Okay, so before I start my journey, I have 2 questions for you. Zarish, can you change the slide? Okay, so my number 1, so I just want to know who believes in these things, that to start your entrepreneurial venture, you need to be talented, which means capitalizing on your strengths. So you need to identify what your strength is, and then capitalize on that. And second, you should be smart and savvy. Who believes that, or who does not believe that, for that matter? You can just write a simple yes or no, even that would work as well. Okay, I got a yes. I believe that.
I do believe it.
Okay. And
They can
okay.
give thumbs up if they don't want to type anything. Just give thumbs up, and we can.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. I don't even see a single no here. That's great. Everybody has said yes here. Okay. So, my dear fellow students, and my because I'm just 25, I don't know what your age is at the moment, but I hope and expect to be around the same. It's a big no. Zarish, can you change the slide? So the venture that I'm working on right now is not any of my strength, and I'm not smart and savvy. I mean, I am, but in different things, but not in the thing that I'm currently pursuing in. So yeah, and now you would think why? So because the venture that I've started is on modest dressing and abayas, and I'll tell you how I came to that journey. But this is nothing I would ever do. I am the kind of person who would go to a store, who hates shopping, who would I started covering 6 years back. Before that, I used to wear pant shirts and normal kurtis and everything. So I was the kind of person who hated shopping. Have you ever seen a girl who hates shopping? Yes, I am. Who would go for shopping for 2 times maybe in a year, and who doesn't know what cotton is, what chiffon is, or what an embroidery is, who would just go and just get done, because just a deal that you have to get done with, just get done with it. And my own business is about buyer dresses, what kind of material is this, what kind of design is this, what kind of color is this. Yes, it's about that. And the second one, you have to be smart and savvy. With that, I meant that we think that you have to be best in what you do. You have to be very talented in whatever you do. Smart decisions. But let me tell you, not every single time you make smart decisions. And initially, to bilkul bhi nahi. It takes time to reach towards a smart decision. So it's a process. Which once you start, you understand how that works. Okay, sorry, can you change the slide? Because I have very less time left, I will start off with how this journey started. Okay, so okay, so yeah, Mona Lisa is about this. Just move another slide ahead. It's okay. So I started my venture almost a year back. And it happened to be one of the MBA classes that Shahid Qureshi was teaching in entrepreneurship. It was my MBA class. So okay, so just before introduction, I have done my BBA, my accounting and finance, which is bachelor's equivalent from IBA. In 2017, I was a graduate of 2017. Right after that, I got into one of the multinationals in Daraz as a BI analyst, and that was a big thing because every graduate dreams of making it to somewhere, right? So it was a dream come true for me, and I made it there. And then right after that, so I served as a BI analyst for an year. I had done CFA by then too, and that too on scholarship from IBA. Then I was like, for an year I served as a BI analyst, and for some reasons I had to leave because A, I had an injury, and B, I was not happy. I was not happy because I was working 24/7 for some company. And in the end, I had to even return the laptop that I was working on, So I'm giving 100%, 24 hours to something, and nothing is mine, which was quite frustrating for me because that's how corporate works, and that's how corporate slavery is, right? Unfortunately. So I was simultaneously doing this MBA evening program, and somehow I always wanted to start something of my own, but we are always I'm sure many of you who are taking these classes must be in the process. What idea do I have? What am I good at? Or, this is nothing like that. Trust me. On the exam or the course that we had that I was taking, my teacher decided that the final exam should be that it could be anything. I mean, and not everybody starts a venture. So you can maybe write something, or maybe you can start a venture of your own. And I decided to opt for the challenging one. And I said, okay, I'll start my venture. And I made a deal with sir that I'll sell 3 pieces, and this is how it'll go and everything. And I have 2 sisters, by the way. And why I chose modest about dressing is because I said I'm not talented in this field, because my journey is more like when life give you lemons, turn it into a lemonade. So around 6 years back, when I was 18, right? I was 18. I was a girl who was a very tomboy, I belonged to a family which is quite modern. And by modern,
please try to rap. We are running.
Okay. So basically, I come from a family which is very modern and very quite quite modern and everything. So they can never even think about having a dini girl who would cover herself, right? And unfortunately, that happened. Or fortunately for myself, alhamdulillah, that happened. And when that happened, so I was given a very tough time at home, that you cannot wear this, you cannot wear black, you cannot wear this, because, in my family, everybody wear designers. So you cannot be wearing this and that and this and that. And in Pakistan, there were hardly any options that I could get to wear what I wanted to wear. So there was a friend of mine who used to stitch modest clothing, and I used to give her designs and everything. But sooner or later, my elder sister and my younger sister joined a bandwagon, and they started covering up too. So we thought, why not make this deal and make it for people. So every venture should have a purpose behind it, because if you're just doing it for money, it will be very tough to do it. I mean, but money drives many people. So money can be a reason for many, but having a purpose can be great. It can actually boost, whenever you are down, because in an entrepreneur life, you have a lot of ups and a lot of downs. So in a normal life, you have a normal ups and normal downs, which comes gradually. But in entrepreneur life, one day you are at the sky, and the second day you are at the bottom. So, you have to have that. So yeah, so our family faced a lot of criticism and resistance from our family. Eventually, we launched that, and it happened to be that course through which I launched my final exam. To talk about specifically from the course that you are taking, the principles that really helped me in going, just that, I will end on that note. There were 2 things that made me going. A was was 3 things basically. Was to work on bird in hand. And second was affordable principle. I'm sure you must have known, and you guys must have studied that. And the third one was involving your family members. So the first one, bird in hand, was just to look around what you have and start off with that, right? So the picture that you're right now seeing is shot at home, in where my mom is my camera light woman, and one of my relative is doing it for us, and we just put in a very little money and made a cloth which we wanted to wear for ourselves. So there is nothing in this
more photographs. Zarish, can you move forward the screen?
Nothing in this photography is done no extra expenses there. This is the second shoot. Can you go back? This is the second shoot that we did. We did it in IBA, so I had to pay nothing for the rent. And I asked, I used my contacts and booked a room so that we can change and we can arrange all that. And so this right now you can move on, Zarish. The third collection that we did right now. So that I'm telling you how gradual it is. So first of all, I worked on the bird in hand principle. I used my family members. I used what I had, and I made clothes. And through a affordable principle, how I worked on it, because I was a CFA. I was a finance major. I nowhere wanted to, spend, but that what I mean is that you cannot be smart and savvy always, because when initially we started, we learned a lot of things. So we invested in money. I borrowed some from my mother, some I invested through my job, the money that I made from my job, and I made a lot of designs, but I didn't pick backups for them. So which eventually turned into a fail, because people like your designs, but you don't have clothes to sell. So what are you going to sell?
Next slide. Next.
So eventually, you learn through time, and so yeah. So affordable loss theory. So I would encourage you all is to try, if there are a lot of limitations, experience with whatever you have, and obviously you're going to invest. Obviously there's going to be a bit of leap of faith, but know that whatever you're doing is not going to cause. This is what we study, that do something that is not going to cause you a lot of harm. And that's the thing that worked for me as well. And involving my family members was the biggest best thing I could do.
Yes.
Yeah, because for me right now,
Please do visit her website. This is monalisa.com, and Mona, she can give a quick a discount as well. I'm expecting some kind of 5-10% off for the purchase.
Sure. 20% off for all of the IESS students, inshallah, international entrepreneurship students.
To visit her site, and thank you very much for some wonderful insight about the fluctuation as well. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me, guys.
We'll try to share your video on our group as well. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, Angela. Now we have our second guest. Is Miss Seema is here? Zarish, Miss Seema.
Let me check, ma'am.
Okay.
No, she is not here yet.
So did you share the link with her, Zoom link?
Ma'am, I didn't know about that. She is also the guest speaker. Angela actually contacted me herself. So
we have a guest speaker, Osman Saab, here as well.
For how much minute?
Because we have a session with Dr. Khurram at 11:10. So.
Okay. So,
Rish, can you check your WhatsApp? I have sent you a presentation for Osman Saab to run.
Harish, I have sent the link for Miss Zainab, Miss Seema as well. I think you did not check. Anyways.
can you forward me her number so that I can call her, maybe?
You can see your WhatsApp. I have sent last night. Seema Zainab Montessori.
Yes, ma'am, I'm doing.
So, Arjun Sahab, you may invite your guest. We will see if we get 5-minute time.
Can I call Usman Zafar Saab for?
Yes.
So by the time he finishes, we can have the third guest.
We will try to just. We will need, I think, only 5 minutes for her. Miss Seema, you may invite your own guest.
Okay, Usman Zafar Saab, are you ready to? Usman Zafar Saab, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, I'm here.
Walaikum salam. If I make you the co-host, can you run your presentation?
Yes, I can. Let me.
So okay, I'm making you co-host now, and you can start your presentation, and We welcome you. Usman Zafar Saab is the owner of Jinnah Foods. He is basically from Lahore, and he will let you know about his entrepreneurial journey. Welcome, Usman Zafar Saab.
Yeah, thank you. Ji. Can you share my presentation as well? Because from mobile, from my laptop, it's not going to be
I'm
shared with
making
you
you
guys.
co-host now.
Okay, please. Let me
Now
check.
you are the co-host.
Okay.
First, open the presentation and then share the screen. Yeah, we
Is
can
it shared
see
with
it.
you guys? Okay.
Yeah, can you make it more into presentation mode? It's on the left,
Is it
right.
so?
No, no, go on the right. Yeah,
Is
this mode,
this
please.
one? Yeah.
Yeah, now you can take over, please.
So thank you. So Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, and a very warm welcome to all of you from especially from Jinnah Foods, and Lahore is such a beautiful day today we have. And good morning to all of you, from all the international and national students and all the participants at the moment. I'm Usman Zafar, the CEO of Jinnah Foods. Uh, Let me tell you a brief history about myself and what makes me really motivated that I have to start something, especially in the days when the pandemic, the COVID-19 is going to be at the peak. You know, in our human life, uh, there must be a reason, a cause that why we are going to indulge in any sort of business, in any sort of idea we are going to launch. And for myself, and the main reason for the inception of this very idea, and that very reason now become a great cause for me, that how we can cure the diabetic patients in Pakistan and all over the world. Dear, let me tell you, a child is, whether he's going to be 60 years old, when his mom is going to be alive, he's a child for herself. But my world, my mom uh, expired on the 4th of March this year. And it was a tragic loss, a great loss for me, that she's now, I can describe in such a grief feeling that she is nowhere in the world now. She's expired. And she was diabetic for the last 25 years. And let me tell you how much she got some painful years, last 5 years, you can say. If she was on medicine on the very first time, the diabetic pills, and then she was on insulin. That how much painful for a patient that every morning you are going to get injection of insulin in your belly. And then in the last but not least, in 2017, she cut her the whole leg because of this disease. So after her death, let me tell you, it was a very painful moment for every son, every child. I need to start, and I started myself and along with my students and some good friends, that we have come on a plan that we will have to research on very thing, that how we can cure, we can get a good idea that how we are going to take care of those patients without any medicine, that how we are going to be in a position that they are going to be cured with some healthy diet, So from that very thing, I got an idea that we are going to make something good for the people, and Jinnah Foods emerged, and this idea got inception and become a great cause for me after that very thing. Please go to the next slide. You know, it's a very simple thing that this world is going to be a stage for all of us. Someone is going to be on the next stage, and someone is going to be perform on this very thing. So end of a life become a new beginning for me. And I start looking for an alternate way to cope with the feeling that I have done less and do I more. So with the thorough research, I come on to this very conclusion that I have to make 16 sort of crops from all over Punjab, get it, and make a special atta, flour, for multigrain flour for these patients. And Alhamdulillah, at the moment, I have very good contacts, very good clients from all over the Pakistan. They are using that very thing, especially in the pandemic disease, COVID-19 days, and we are going to deliver at their addresses, and they are using it. And by the grace of Allah Almighty, sorry, within a week, these people are going to be recovering themselves from blood sugar, from blood pressure, from cholesterol, uric acid, and joint pain. These are going to be cured within a week. Within a week, like their results are going to be very positive, especially for these diseases. So, next slide, please. Now,
you are sharing screen.
Yeah,
you can do it.
Yeah, like let me tell you guys, an entrepreneur and a social entrepreneur, you guys are very lucky. Having said that, you have a very good management over there. You guys are very lucky that your institute is going to be organized such a platform where you can see, where you can share, and where you can having a commercial sort of things under your belts. So how an entrepreneur indulges to find a solution, and why we are going to find a solution? Allah creates almost more than 18,000 species, but why only human is going to be taker for all of that? That is the important thing. You can see like if someone hit any sort of animal, that very creature will not going to be set a meeting over there and how we are going to take care of ourselves because someone is hitting our like dog. So now it's our duty that how we are going to find a solution, and for which reason we are going to find a solution. Ultimately, either we are going to be in a painful condition, either we are going to be in a crisis situation. And this part of world, whether during the COVID-19, like all over the world is going to be very in a painful condition because there is no job, there is no business, everything is going to be collapsed, the economy is going to be decreasing day by day. So we have to find a solution with a special focus on that how we are going to socialize with the people. We have to check how sort of how much they are going to be in a process with the socializing, what sort of attitude they have, what sort of process you are going to adopt, and what sort of applicability of your product which is going to be for the society. So important thing is this, that we have some entrepreneurial you can say a thought process, and for which product you are going to make something good for the society. It means that We have two reasons. Number one, that how and why our product is going to be facilitating process in a facilitating mood, that you are going to take care of all your near and dears, especially who are suffering with such a disease. And you can see every third Pakistani is going to be find out with that sort of disease. So uh, with an idea that how and why we are here, just to facilitate the humanity. And let me tell you, as I said earlier, the role of entrepreneur may be easy but difficult. How? Maybe sometime people don't agree with you that with the solution that you have emerged yourself in front of people, in front of your own city, and in front of your own even family. How they are going to accept, how they are going to recognize you. Let me tell you, only your cause is going to be very important. If you are going to be on a faithful, if you are going to be very loyal, if you are going to be use anything which is the most appropriate and suitable for the people, you know, uh, in COVID or in a special days, like when some unfortunately or God forbidden, if there is going to be war, only 3 to 4 sectors are going to be operationalized, and one of them is going to be food sector and the medical stores and pharmacies, like, and the third one is going to be like our construction side of things.
Sir, we can't hear you.
He has some technical problems.
Okay, is Miss Seema here? Miss Seema, are you here? She's not here yet.
नरेश आपने लिंक शेयर किया था उनके साथ मीटिंग लिंक
जी मैम, जस्ट मैंने किया था, मैं उन्हें दोबारा भेज देती हूँ. Yes, she's doing.
I would like to introduce Ms. Seema on board with us, and I would like to say welcome, Ms. Seema. She is basically running Montessori by the name of Zena Montessori in Gulshan Iqbal. She joined our MEC Mother Entrepreneurship Program back in 2018, and she started her Montessori from her own Bangalore. She got married and she did some Montessori directors courses, and she learned with time, faced some hardship during her married life. She had, mashallah, 2 daughters as well. The both daughters are supporting her in her Montessori venture, and after MEC, to make some change in her curriculum and to make the curriculum more entrepreneurial for the at very young age. She introduced entrepreneurial skill at the age of for the kids of age 3, 4, 5 by doing some experiments, by doing some hands-on activities, some woodwork, some paintwork, some clay works, and she's trying her level best to inculcate some skill-based things at very early age. This is a very unique combination, and mashallah, very pleasant personality. Miss Seema, are you here? Miss Seema?
No ma'am, she's not here. I am calling her again. Yeah, just a minute. Hello, Assalamu alaikum.
Okay. So I think she's around the age of 55. She is mashallah senior to us as well, and she, after joining our MEC Mother Entrepreneurship Camp, she did one experiment last year in winter. She said that in winter vacation break, there is no such activities for a student, and mostly student stayed at their home. So after joining our camp, she made an innovation and started a winter entrepreneurship camp at her school to engage the kids, as well as to maintain some cash flow smooth as well, because somehow the school enrollment were going down at that time, and she made enough money from that small venture by introducing a winter entrepreneurship camp for small kids. And doing the same practice this summer, she introduced the summer entrepreneurship camp and engaged so many mothers and other trainers on board. She engaged some carpenter, she engaged some painter, and she engaged some poultry workers as well. And so they demonstrated their work in front of kids, and they give chance for to kids to make some hands-on activities by cutting some wood, by making some boneless chicken, and so many experimentation she has done at her Montessori. It's a very unique, mostly we make we used to make our kids very pampered. Don't do this, don't play this, don't touch this is germs. And we make them very sensitive. We are not allowing them to make experiment, to play with the clay, to play with water, and to do some experiment and to learn by doing something out of the box. So this is very unique combination of learning entrepreneurship at very early age, actually. So this is the story of Miss Seema.
I
And
think she has not joined it yet.
she hasn't joined us. Okay, so Azmi Saab, what we have right now, do we have
We
other?
have Dr. Khurram just joined from Qatar University. His
Okay,
session needs
okay.
to be started. So, and I
Okay,
think we
yes,
need to have a
yes,
break because people are sitting from around like
yes,
1.5 hours.
yes,
So,
yes,
We
yes.
can
Dr.
have
Khurram,
Miss Seema's session maybe after the break if she joined, because she said that she's joining. So I think
Oh, okay,
she's a bit late. So
okay.
we can have that. Okay.
Yes.
Assalamu
What we
alaikum,
can
Dr.
go
Khurram
to
Saab.
Azmi Saab and others. Thank you
Walaikum
very much.
assalam.
Okay. Thank you so much, Miss Amri.
Sir, if you allow, we can give a 5 minutes break because the session was started at 10 and we didn't have any break in between. So, what you would just suggest?
Yeah,
We
sure,
will.
sure.
So,
I just like to know what time would you like me
it's
to start?
11:15. We can start 11:20.
Okay, fair enough. No worries. I'll be here.
Okay. So,
Thank
guys,
you.
you have a break of like 5 minutes. If you would like to go to have a cup of tea or something, we can do it. Okay. Thank you. We will come back at 11:20 now.
Please don't leave the meeting. Just be online so that. Okay.
खुरम साहब का फ्रॉम कतर। तो आप अगर आप इसको जो मतलब सुनना चाहें, एंटरप्रेन्योरियल मार्केटिंग पे है, बड़ी अच्छा सब्जेक्ट है, तो आपके लिए भी काफ़ी इंटरेस्ट होगा इसमें।
बिल्कुल,
तो
why
उसके
not,
बाद
why
फिर
not?
हम आपको इस सेशन के बाद फिर इंशाल्लाह तकरीबन 1 आवर के बाद फिर दोबारा ज्वाइन करा लेंगे। हमारे पास एक और गेस्ट स्पीकर है, तो आपकी प्रेजेंटेशन दोबारा कंटिन्यू करा लेंगे।
जी, जी, प्लीज, थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
Miss Seema, are you here now?
अस्सलाम वालेकुम डॉक्टर खुरम साहब।
Walaikum assalam.
So it's already 11:20. If you would like to start, you can do that. I have made you the co-host, so you can share your screen as well.
Yeah, sure.
Now it's
Okay. Okay, Asghar Saad, am I good to go? Okay, Assalamu alaikum everyone. Okay guys, can you see the title slide?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Okay. All right, first of all, welcome everyone. Welcome to the entrepreneurial marketing session. So basically what I'm going to do is in the next 2 hours, that is starting at about 9:20 Qatar time till about 11:20, we will try to go through something which is called entrepreneurial marketing strategy. Not enough time. I mean, usually it takes about 6 to 7 weeks before you start getting some idea about what is entrepreneurial marketing strategy. But we will try to deal with this topic in a reasonably short time. So, first of all, everyone, whoever is watching, wherever you are, welcome to the session. I know you've been sitting down for the last couple of hours. So I think it's appropriate that we energize ourselves before we launch into the academic side of the session. So what I want everyone to do is, if you see what's in front of you, there are some exercises which you can actually do without moving from your chair. So you can do these exercises while you're sitting down. So I'm not going to do all of them, but we will do the ones I highlight. You see this blue box appearing. So let's start with the first one very, very quickly. So you see that gentleman with the glasses, okay. So watch me, lean back, extend your arms like this, stretch them a little bit. Okay, so move them back, stretch them again. Do this about 4 to 5 times. Okay. Got the blood flowing. Okay, excellent, excellent. All right, stretch. Let's move to the second one. Now this is easier. All you need to do is sit down, move your shoulders up and down, up and down, up and down. Come on guys, do this. I can see some of you. Do this, do this. Okay, okay. Let's get active. Let's get a little, you know. All right. Excellent, excellent. Okay, the third one, sitting down. Move your hand up, a little bit of a circular movement. Down. Stretch. Down. Stretch. Down. Stretch. Down. Okay, same with the left hand. Up. Down. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, guys. All right. The final one, the fourth one, is called the swivel. Move back a little so that you don't hit your PC. So you go and sort of try to grab the back of your seat, wherever you're sitting, the rest of your seat, and do the same thing to the other side. Swivel those hips. Okay. Do this about 4 to 5 times. 4 to 5 times. Excellent, excellent. Okay, okay. All right. So I hope you are a little limbered up. So let's launch ourselves into the session. This is a session plan. I hope I will be able to go through all of it in the next 2 hours. So basically, we start with what is the essence of entrepreneurial marketing, because it is a little bit different from what we call the blue chip marketing, or the big firm marketing, or the multinational marketing, or even what we call the general marketing, what is taught in our universities. It is a little bit different, and I'm going to outline that difference right from the onset, right from the start. Then we will go into this entrepreneurial marketing strategy. Well, basically, this is a stitch-up job. What I've done is, I've been teaching marketing for the last sort of 12 years, and I've been through various sources, I've read various papers on it, some textbooks, some, experiences, some chats with academics and learned individuals. So these 7 steps are basically a stitch job, meaning that I have taken materials from different sources, I put them together, and I have formulated what is called one possible entrepreneurial marketing strategy. And if you go out, you look at papers, you look at books, then you will find many of these entrepreneurial marketing strategies. So by no means this is the only exclusive entrepreneurial marketing strategy out there. It is one of many, and in my view, it is simple, and it is something, if you follow, should give you results. And then I will finish the session on the future. I think we need to look 5, 10 years what is to come. How entrepreneurial marketing, or for that sort of for that case, how the general marketing will change, how the marketing scene will change as we move from 2020 onwards. So we will have a little look into the crystal ball, and I will definitely invite you to give me your views and opinions. Okay, let's start with the first topic. So, essence of entrepreneurial marketing, or if you want to put it simply, how can you define entrepreneurial marketing? Well, it is no different from marketing. At the end of the day, marketing is marketing. Okay, whether you are a small firm, whether marketing is marketing. You want to get in touch with the customer, you want to promote your product, you want to create awareness, you want to develop knowledge. Okay, so the essence or the fundamental premise of marketing does not change. So what are some of the key differences between entrepreneurial marketing and general marketing? Okay, again, it is my view, and you guys are more than welcome to chip in, give me your opinion. First of all, entrepreneurial marketing is very much focused on something. Okay, it has a focal point. It concentrates on one main function. Can anyone tell me what is that function? What is the prime objective of an entrepreneur? There could be many. What is anyone? Just sort of talk to me. I mean, right or wrong, it's not. Okay, customer needs it. Good. Okay, we are on the right track. So what does the customer need? We're going to talk about this. Okay, because I want to cover quite a few slides, I'm going to sort of move on. Frugal innovation. You are jumping way ahead here, Ahmed. That is correct. At the end of the day, we have to come up with something which satisfies the need of the customer. Innovation is important. Okay, I can't hear you. There's a lot of distortion. Anyway. Okay, fine. Let's sort of move on. The word here is, guys, the focus is on selling. Okay, so at the end of the day, the reason most of us get into entrepreneurship, or we open our own business, or we set up our own shop, whatever form the entrepreneurship is, the focus is on selling. You want to sell your product. There is no selling, there is no money. There is no money, there is no entrepreneur. Okay, it's a very important input. So when you do your marketing, your focus should be on selling. And I'm going to talk about this issue a little bit more. I will go in a little bit of depth because selling and entrepreneur go hand in hand. Second issue is, and this is a very critical issue, very important issue, blue chip companies, large organizations, big businesses have a lot of money to spend. Yeah, they have big budgets, they have marketing departments, they have lots of resources. Entrepreneurs usually, mostly, especially in the startup phase, have what I call a shoestring budget. Okay, you don't have enough money, all right? There is not a lot of cash available. You don't have a marketing budget. So how do you get around this issue of no money? Marketing needs money. You need to spend something to create awareness. So how can you compensate this shoestring budget? Well, the answer to that is, and this is a very fundamental thread in my session today, and I think it's a very important component of entrepreneurial marketing. The answer is, if you don't have money, if you are short on resources, the entrepreneurial marketing strategy has to be, anyone? What's the missing word?
To borrow.
Yes, go on. Someone said hello. Yeah.
Borrow.
Rent. Yeah, go on.
Borrow.
Borrow. Loan. Okay, yeah, that can help. But I think I'm looking for something a little bit more coming from the entrepreneurial side. Someone that entrepreneur needs to have. Okay, guys, I think it's unfair. Yeah, innovation is part of it. Absolutely, you have to be innovative. The word is, I know it's an unfair question so early in the morning. Entrepreneur has to be creative. Now, creative or creativity comes in different shapes and sizes. Innovation is a type of creativity. Yeah. So I'm going to look at this word throughout the session from different dimensions. Okay, from different directions or from different angles. So let's start, first of all, with a few examples of creativity, and I need your input here. So this, to me, is a very creative piece of marketing. Can anyone tell me what is going on here? Anyone? Very, very quickly again, because I have a lot of stuff to share with you guys. Okay, so this is basically an advert. Yes, Aina, it is a pair of sneakers, pair of shoes. And this is basically advertisement on behalf of a charity called Fortis, who are promoting running, health, looking after your health, exercise, so that you can save your kidneys, you can protect your kidneys. This is basically shoe or shoes in the form of a kidney. So I thought that was extremely creative. So let's move on. Give you another example here. Those of you who have pets, and you know, when you have pets, you have fleas and you have different types of vermin or different types of parasites trying to get to your dog. And this was on the floor of a shopping center in America, where they were trying to sell a spray, which was called the flea tick spray, Frontline. And they had this huge floor poster, which was visible from the top floor, from most parts of the shopping mall. I thought that was very creative as well. And then finally, I thought this was a pretty cool way of advertising a barber shop. And as you can see, it says Dita Top Chop. And they had this little person, the head figure underneath a very green hedge or a piece of hedge, or what you call a shrub or a plant. And what you can see here is three different ways, three creative ways of advertising or marketing or promoting the business. So entrepreneurship, entrepreneurial marketing really requires, and it is very helpful for the entrepreneur to be creative, to be different, to be innovative, to come up with some sort of a fresh approach to marketing. So how can we do this? Well, the way we can do this is follow what I call 7-step entrepreneurial marketing strategy. Yes, Nima. Okay. Nima, you have your hand up?
Sir, it's Nini.
Okay.
Sir, my question is, sir, how to promote a product or a service which is positive in nature but have a negative connotation attached with it?
Okay, can you give me an example?
Just like if I can say body massage, right? It has a lot of health benefits, but if we see in the context of Pakistani market and some other markets too, it has a very negative connotation attached with it. So
Well,
how can
yeah, that's a very good question. I think it's not a negative connotation. When you misuse something, obviously there is a negative outcome. So the whole point here is that you are abusing a service here. I mean, I can take a pencil, I can take a knife. The purpose of that pencil or knife is to, write or cut a fruit or, prepare vegetables. But if I take the same knife and I go and stab someone, now that is the misuse of the product. So it's not about a negative outcome. It is abuse or misuse of a particular service or a product. So if you talk about body massage, or for that instance, products such as medicine or drugs even, which can be abused, that is not what they're intended for. So at the end of the day, what you really need to do is you need to start on the right foot. You really need to look at the benefits of the product, not how to abuse it or how to sort of, use it in a negative context. I'm going to talk about benefits, Nimi. So just sort of hang fire, and I'm sure more light will be shed on this question that you have raised. Okay, guys, so let's move on. And let's sort of start warming up to what is this creative marketing strategy before I actually launch into what is entrepreneurial marketing strategy and what are the key components. So creative, first of all, you have to look at creativity, especially from the marketing angle or dimension. You have to look at three elements. You have to look at three components, which are very important. And again, this is general marketing. I'm sure most of you have already come across it. The first is, okay, I want to promote something. I want to create awareness of something. Usually what I do is when I communicate with my customers, when I talk to my customers, I need a message, okay? So whatever you put in advertising, whatever you put in your TV commercial, there is always some sort of a message that you want to communicate. That usually satisfies the needs of the customer. So message, first of all, what's the purpose of the message? So the purpose of the message has to be clear. And if it's creative, that is excellent. That's a double whammy. So first of all, we have to look at the purpose of the message, how it's created, how it is put together, how it is communicated. So if that whole process is creative, I think you're starting on the right foot here. Secondly, and Nimi, this is where your point comes in. We have to be very clear on the benefits of the product. Okay, so we really need to talk to the customer about what are the benefits, what are the positive outcomes, how can this product help you? Okay, so the benefits of the product, if they are communicated creatively, again, they make an impact. People, customers, don't buy a product. At the end of the day, what they buy is a benefit. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this in more detail. I'm just setting the scene here. The third point is what I call the brand personality. That has to come through. What does the product stand for? Okay, what is the strength of the product? Why should I buy this product? Why should I keep buying this product? So the brand, the name, the logo, the strength, the key differentiator, brand personality is very important. And usually what you see around, in the market, very successful products, talking about iPhone, talking about Harley Davidson, these brands, and I'm sure there are multiple brands out there which have very loyal following. These brands have big personalities. And it has taken years to develop those personalities. And there is a process. You have to do a lot of hard work to develop a brand personality. So I'm going to look at these three elements, or you're going to look at these three elements, and how we can use these three elements to be more creative. So let's sort of start with the first element. And I want you to tell me what you see in front of you is an advert. And you can see bottom right, the advert is from WWF. Now, I want you guys to tell me what's the purpose of this advert. Yes, Musaddiq, that is correct, lungs. But what's the purpose? What is the ad trying to say to us? Absolutely, Sajwar, it is about climate change. Now, if you look closely, it is about saving the environment, absolutely, bang on. What you see in front of you are actually Amazon forests. So the ad is saying if you destroy these Amazon forests, if you cut the trees, you cut the plants, you're destroying the environment. So what do trees do? Trees give you oxygen. So basically, if you're chopping down trees, you are reducing the available oxygen in this world. So basically, you are destroying your lungs. If you destroy your lungs, you are destroying Earth. You are not making Earth able to breathe. Okay? So the point is, stop deforestation. Don't damage the lungs of the Earth. It's a very creative ad. It's a very creative way of communicating with you and me. And I think to a certain extent, it does get our attention. Okay, so let's move on. And it's very creative. I found that to be highly creative. Okay, now this is something which is quite interesting. Maybe those of you who are, okay, I'm not going to say more. What's the benefit? What do you see in front of you? Well, you can see in front of you an advert from Kraft. Can anyone tell me this advert, what's the benefit? What is Kraft telling us to do? Yeah, low fat, low calories, benefit. You're telling me the feature here, Sajwar. What is the benefit? So low calorie, low fat, what does that do for us, Sajwar? Healthy, yes. Excellent, okay. So it basically makes us look good. We are able to wear all those dresses which maybe did not fit us before. Yes, Aina, once you have a healthy lifestyle, you reduce some weight, you lose some weight, you look good, okay? And this is basically where Kraft is going with this particular ad, that this is a light mayonnaise, low in fat. So if you consume it, yeah, healthy lifestyle, absolutely. And at the end of the day, you will look good. That is what they are. Yes, eat food with low calories, absolutely. Okay, guys, good. Some good feedback coming across. Finally, Avion. So what's the brand personality of Avion? What do you see in front of you? What does it tell you about the product? What does it reflect about the product? What do you see? Okay, organic, meaning natural. Absolutely, Isha. This is where it's going. So the brand personality is in one word. What word would you use to define the brand personality of Avion? I am absolutely okay with no additions. Natural, absolutely. Now put one word around it. Sajwar, I think you hit the sweet spot here. Absolutely correct. The word is pure. Okay, guys, so now you're getting the point here. So we just went through those 3 points about, first of all, the message. What did we say has to be? What was the first word? Anyone?
Creative.
Yep, but what do we need to do to be creative? What did I say? Anyone? Okay, so very quickly, let me sort of, because this is important, we're going to build on this. Let me go back so that, okay, so first, purpose, very important. If you can be creative in defining the purpose, that is a good start. The next point is you really need to communicate the benefits. Very, very important. And the third point is you need to develop brand personality. This is not going to happen overnight, guys. It takes time. So you have to be patient. It requires consistent effort. It's not something that will happen in one shot. It's not something you do and then you rest. It's an ongoing process, okay? It's a long-term process, developing brand personalities. Okay, now let's sort of apply this. I really want you guys to practice. I'm going to show you a product, and I'm going to give you a few minutes to come up with an outline of an entrepreneurial marketing strategy which contains a purpose, which basically highlights the key benefit or benefits, not more than 2. Be focused, and then you tell me what's going to be the first few minutes to come up with an outline of a creative entrepreneurial marketing strategy for the product that I'm going to show you now. Okay, so the product, as you can see, is called Kidalicious. So Kidalicious is basically a cereal, okay? And for those of you who just sort of very, very quickly, let me read what is Kidalicious. So basically the purpose of Kidalicious marketing will be to convince the target audience, and this target audience is typically mothers of teenagers or kids or children that are interested in most nutritious and healthy cereal. Now, what I want you to do is come up with a purpose. What should be your purpose as a marketer? Tell me about the key benefit of the product, and then what's the personality? What type of personality would you or should you communicate to the potential customers or the potential consumers? Okay, guys, you have 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes. Start talking to me.
So can you please clarify what the purpose of the message means? Like, what do we...
And that is what you have to clarify to me. That's what I want you to come up with. Tell me what should be the purpose.
The purpose of like our marketing the product, or the purpose of the brand or the product itself?
The purpose of the product itself. Obviously, at the end of the day, you have to communicate something to the customer.
It should be a healthy go-to breakfast or breakfast cereal.
Let's start with one by one, guys. One by one. So, purpose. Anyone? What should be the purpose?
So it must educate the masses about the product and its benefits.
Okay.
Fulfill
all right.
the
Benefits.
nutritional
You are going
needs
into
of
the
the
benefits
children.
now. So come back. What should be the purpose?
So fulfill the needs of or the fulfill the the desires and satiate the craving for children with a delicious and also a nutritious meal.
Okay. So basically, here the purpose is to give you a healthy breakfast. Okay.
Yes.
Now, what else is there? What else is the purpose? Look at the ad.
Yeah, and for the mothers who are especially tired of running after their children to get them to feed a healthy meal, they can try Kidalicious so that the children will find it delicious as well and just healthy too.
Okay,
So
now you are hitting the right note. Yeah,
To
you are
attract-
talking about typical mothers who have
To attract the
hyperactive-
children.
Yes, yes. Okay, anyone else? Yeah, fun and enjoyable. That is, Aina, that is a good point, but I would say fun and enjoyable would be the second part, the benefit. Okay, that was a bit of a noise. Anyone?
So to attract children with a different product, like it's not like a normal cereal if you see in the picture.
Okay, remember guys, there is a little bit of a difference here. When you talk about purpose, you are talking to the parents. Here, the kids are consumers. You need to talk to the customer. Okay, so remember here, the product has two different...
It says full of vitamin and minerals.
Yeah, that is what I wanted you to say. Ahmed, full of vitamins and minerals. Okay, so that is the purpose, that you have a product which is full of vitamins and minerals. Let's move to point number 2. Now tell me, what is the benefit of those vitamins and minerals? You have told them about a feature, that this is what we have. The purpose of the product is to give your kids vitamins and minerals for a healthy lifestyle. Now tell me
full nutrition breakfast that helps the kids grow mentally and physically.
Absolutely. This is the benefit. Healthy kid. No need to worry about vitamins and minerals. Peace of mind. Okay, so this is the benefit. Remember guys, benefits are mostly emotional. Yeah, healthy growth. I mean, that is, you don't have to worry. Relax. We have taken care of all the necessary vitamins and minerals and nutrients that your kid needs. Nourishment, good word, Kanchan. Nourishment. That is the feature. So what does nourishment do? You don't have to worry about your kid. You give them this breakfast and they are set for the day, for the month, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so let's go to the final point. Now remember, you have to build a personality. Kellogg's has built a personality of their cereal. So what personality would you give this particular brand called Kidalish?
Sir, it would have a personality of a 14-15-year-old kid who's energetic, who's super energetic in sports. He plays all sports. He's good in studies, and he's a good kid.
Okay, so this is basically something maybe you have to communicate graphically. So what I see in front of me, you know, if you see the graphics used on the ad, I'm not too impressed with them. They don't really, bananas are okay, but this cream and chocolate and glazed cherries, and I'm not too impressed with that. So I think absolutely right, we have to build a more healthy personality here. Something which communicates very clearly, oh, this is for kids, and this is for jumping kids, and this is for energetic kids and full of life kids. Absolutely, Murtaza. Excitement. We really need to bring out this vibrance within the brand. Okay, guys, I think we've taken enough time here. Excellent, excellent. Like it, you guys are getting it. You guys are getting it. Now I think we can move to the actual strategy. You're ready for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through 7 steps with different examples and some videos and your inputs and some activities. So we have about 1 hour, 25 minutes to go through it. I will try to leave about 10 minutes for questions and answers. So let's see what happens. So let me sort of map out the 7 steps for you. Let me put them in front of you. Let me lay them out for you. And then we will start going through those steps one by one. So first of all, what I say, remember it is creative strategy. You have to find some drama. Okay, I call this inherent drama. Something unique, something interesting about your offering. I'm not saying a product, offering. It can be a physical product, it can be a service, it can be any of those. So first of all, find the inherent drama, and I'll define what is inherent drama. Then you take that inherent drama and you basically translate, convert, transform that into benefits, meaningful benefits. Now, I want to say this to you later on, focus on benefits. Don't go for 20 benefits. Go for 1 or 2 benefits, but make them count. Make them stick. Now, this is a very interesting point, and I'm going to talk about this because usually what we do is we try to describe our benefits in such a way that people don't believe us. They think this guy is just pulling my leg. Oh, he's talking about fantasy land. And some of the times we are talking about fantasy land. And remember, guys, customer is not an idiot. Yes, some customers could be. And that is why, some very, how should I say, uninteresting, useless products make their way into the market. And they are still making their way into the market. But as an entrepreneur, I think you really need to look into it. Benefits that are believable. Benefits that are real. You're not talking about some cuckoo land stuff. Okay. This is important, guys. You really need to get the attention of your customer or your consumer or your people. You really need to bring them into the concentration loop. You want to make them listen to you. And that's a very important point. And once they listen to you, once they are engaged, this is where you can really hit home and you can motivate them to get involved. Not get involved just buying your product, but get involved in marketing your product. They become your vehicles for marketing. And that is a very, very important point. Finally, this is where I'm getting into slightly academic side, that you really need to track whether what you're doing is successful, whether you are really getting through to the customer, whether your strategy is being successful. This is a bit of marketing research. So you really need to be sure that the messages that you're sending into the market are being received and they're having an impact. And finally, how do we ensure the success of our strategy? How do we measure the success of our strategy? And here I will talk about 2 or 3 points that you have to measure, again, marketing strategy, to ensure you are on the right track and your entrepreneurial marketing strategy is making an impact. Okay, guys, so what we are going to do next hour, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, we're going to go through these 7 steps. And in particular, I'm going to really hammer on these 2 steps that I have just boxed. Get people's attention and motivate audience to get involved. Because if you can do that, you almost go on autopilot. Your customers start to do work for you. Once they become motivated, once they become engaged, they take your product forward. Not easy to do, not easy to do at all. But this is where you need to focus as an entrepreneur. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first point, which is finding the inherent drama, creating the inherent drama. So how do we do that? So you really need to look at something within your product, something within your offering, which is very interesting. You find it quite unique. This is something which, if it goes into the market, will create a stir. So let's go back to our Kidalicious breakfast that you just saw. Can anyone tell me what was inherently interesting about Kidalicious breakfast? It could be a few things, but I want to know what you found interesting about Kidalicious breakfast. Okay, so the graphics. You like the graphic, Aina? Okay, excellent. Anything else? Can you be specific? When you say things like graphics, tell me the words. Tell me what was it about the actual product or the offering that really stunned you, that got your attention, that grabbed you? Anyone? Okay, so my view is...
I have an answer for that.
Okay, go on.
Besides the vibrant colors, I think the unique point was that it was basically a healthy and a nutritious and a fulfilling meal in disguise. So it looked attractive. Children, how they are, they don't eat those things that are healthy, but unless they look, really, really attractive and very colorful. And at the same time, they're like in disguise. So it was something like that. It was a cereal which is healthy, but it was in disguise because it had so much creativity and so many things to sprinkle on it and, play with it, that it almost, seemed like fun to eat it. That's why.
Okay, so if I sort of summarize all what you have said, it was wholesomely compelling. Okay, I think, Aina, you're hitting the right notes as well. It is the minerals. It is the vitamins, it is the nutrients. So I will go with that, and that is something which you can latch onto as something inherent. High concentration, I think this is what the lady said a minute ago. High concentration of vitamins and minerals. This is interesting. There are people who are interested, worried, or bothered about the health of their kids would be interested in something like this. So you have some sort of a hook here. You have a start here. Okay, so high concentration of vitamins and minerals, what can we do with it? Okay, so here, another type of a cereal. This is not Kidalicious, this is another brand from the market which could be your competitor. Now look at this. It is called Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Wow. I want you to tell me what's the inherent drama here. What can be an interesting issue, interesting feature, interesting something about this product which we can make into an inherent drama? Have a look and then tell me, what do you think? Okay, nutrients. I think that is not a bad answer at all, I assume. Anyone else? When you look at this ad, okay.
Perhaps the addition of cinnamon in a crunchy cereal.
Okay, that's a very good point. So what is cinnamon? What does it have? What's the property of cinnamon? Anyone?
It has a very cooling and a soothing effect to your digestive system. It's a aromatic.
And
if someone
it
likes
is
it, then it really is.
Yeah, very powerful anti-inflammatory. So it sort of reduces.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay, so I totally agree with you guys. It's natural. It has cinnamon. It is full of vitamins and minerals. So cinnamon is actually adding to those vitamins and minerals. Absolutely fine. I think you guys are getting it now. So the inherent drama is there. So what do you do with it? You move to the next step now. You take this forward. Okay, let's do a couple of other examples. This is something which I think everyone wants to buy. Definitely, I want to buy one. Can anyone tell me very, very quickly what's the inherent drama here? I'm talking about this car which is called Tesla. And I think all of us are pretty aware of what Teslas are. Oh yeah. Isha, it has a very, very cool look. There is no, oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely. But is that the inherent drama? I mean, so Bentley is beautiful. Jaguar is beautiful. They are luxurious. Black color is okay. Advanced technology. Now we're hitting the right notes, Aina. So I would say it is something to do with technology. It's eco-friendly. It runs on electricity. It runs on your domestic electricity. It is a battery car. It is like a big toy car, which is, yeah, absolutely eco-friendly. So this is where I think you can be driving a very luxurious, very fast car, very beautiful car, which at the same time is eco-friendly. Yeah, self-driving, absolutely, Shifa. So it's using artificial intelligence to sort of create some very wonderful features. So that is absolutely fine. I mean, I would go with one main drama, which is eco-friendly. You guys as marketeers can take a different approach. There is no right or wrong approach, as long as it is inherent drama. Excellent. Okay, one more. I know most of you are sort of maybe using customers or consumers of Body Shop. So you have a Body Shop shampoo here. Anyone? What's the inherent drama here, guys? I just want you to get this good feel for what I mean by inherent drama, because this is where you make a start. You really need to latch onto it. Anyone?
So use of ginger.
Flavor. Good. So what is the ginger flavor? What does it do? What's the inherent drama in ginger? Okay, you eat it. I know now.
It's healthy from a point of view. It's also cooling, and for digestive purposes, it's also really good. Having ginger tea.
Remember, you're not
stuff.
eating it shampoo. You are using it for the hair.
Absolutely, yeah. So I mean, something related to scalp, like maybe soothes and removes dandruff and stuff from the scalp.
Excellent. And Shifa, Kanchan, you guys are saying the same thing. Sajwar, yes, absolutely. Yes, antibiotic, it is a very powerful antibiotic. Its anti-inflammatory properties absolutely helps you grow. I think you're getting it. You're absolutely getting it. It's a natural shampoo. It's a very natural product. And you can see it says here for dry, flaky scalp. So something which will help you. And it won't damage your hair. Most sort of, shampoos have a bleach in them, very diluted form. So, they sort of take away the hair oil and so on and so forth. So natural shampoo, I think this is where you can latch onto this. Ginger, nicely cut pieces of ginger. I mean, I was having a, watery mouth when I looked at this shampoo. Not that I wanted to drink it, but it looked very nice. It looked very sort of, natural. Okay, guys, so we have cracked the natural drama. Now comes the next phase. This natural drama needs to be converted into benefit. Not just benefit, meaningful benefit, believable benefit. Okay, so first of all, my question is, or rather my observation is, and not just my observation, number of marketers will say the same thing, that people don't buy features, they buy benefit. Features are functional. This is what a product do. But I'm not interested in what the product do. I am interested in how it makes my life easy. Okay, how it helps me to fulfill my ambitions. How does it sort of, makes my lifestyle more cool? I am interested in the benefits. I am interested in, how this product connects with my life. So people buy benefits. Remember, features are functional, benefits. You got to get into the psyche of the customer. And the way you do that is through benefits. Okay, so you really need to know, you really need to understand what benefit comes from that inherent drama. The feature, the inherent drama, the high point of interest, what benefit comes out of it. And what I usually say is, just focus on one or at the most two benefits. Don't go beyond that. You really need to keep your focus. You really need to pinpoint. Usually when you go out with 5 or 6 benefits, you tend to confuse the customer. They get bewildered. You basically, throw so many benefits at them, they are unable to decide what is the actual purpose of this product. What is this product for? So you lose your focus. So my point is, an entrepreneur, you should focus on one, and again, it is my view, maximum 2 benefits. Okay, so let's sort of talk about these benefits now. I've talked about features. You've just gave me your version of this inherent drama, which came from the features. Now let's talk about the benefits. Let's see how we can turn that inherent drama or those master features into benefits. So let's sort of very quickly look at the cinnamon toast crunch. It comes back, but it comes back with a little twist. So what is that twist? Now tell me, what is the benefit? So you told me the inherent drama, and some of you were saying all these wonderful stuff about, oh, it has all the vitamins and minerals and nutrients that your kid needs. Okay, you're talking to a mom, the mom is listening to you. Now tell her what are the benefits. Okay, healthy, said you are absolutely. So what does that mean for the mom? If your kid is healthy, what does that mean? What is the benefit? Yeah, the outcome is healthy. Absolutely agree with you. Healthy body, agree with you. But what's the benefit now? If someone is healthy emotionally, how does that impact a mom? Now visualize.
Less tension.
Yes, less tension, more relaxed, peace of mind. I don't need to take this kid to the doctor. I'm going to save a lot of time. Oh, he looks so pretty. He looks so bubbly. Yeah, so this gives you a lot of strength. It gives you emotional satisfaction, Kanchan, absolutely. No need to worry. Lack of, yeah, absolutely. You know, your time, medical expenses are going down, Aina. Absolutely, absolutely. I think now you're getting it. You're getting it. Good, 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 guys. So, yeah, I mean, I would just say healthy and strong child. And that basically means no worries, everyone is happy, everyone is emotionally stable. And that can even impact the relationship of a relationship within family, relationship of husband and wife. So I'm going a little further. I'm sort of trying to sort of give you this picture of what do I mean by benefits. Sometimes you don't see the benefits. What you see are the features. But remember, customers are the ones who are buying benefits. They are interested in benefits. Okay, good, 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 good. All right, let's sort of move on to the next product. Okay, it comes back. It's a very nice car, I know. So what is the benefit of buying this Tesla, which is quite an expensive car? It is very well designed. It has some of the best features. You know, it is perhaps auto drive, and it is top of the luxury stuff. Okay, now Shifa, turn that into a benefit. So less fuel cost means it's a feature. Healthy environment means it's a feature again. What is the benefit of healthy environment? How would that impact us? What will be the benefit? Anyone? Okay, Kanchan, good. Less pollution. Again, tell me what is the benefit of less pollution?
Sustainable growth and a healthy and an optimistic future for our children.
Absolutely. So this is where you will have a healthy population. Yeah, you will have a clean environment. You'll be able to breathe easy. Yeah, the life expectancy will be longer, less disease, less medical expenses, less expenditure on health care. Absolutely. So this is where the benefits come from. I'm just sort of putting it together as sustainable environment, healthy environment, livable environment. Okay, good, good, guys. I am impressed. Finally, okay, I can't leave the ginger out. So ginger shampoo. What are the benefits here now? Very, very quickly. I know we got like an hour to go, guys. 1 hour, sort of 8 minutes, 7 minutes to go. Anyone? Very, very quickly, ginger. Healthy hair, absolutely. And if you have healthy hair, you have nice flowy hair, which I don't. Yeah, said you are absolutely feel good factor. You feel more confident. Yeah, you feel more pretty inside and outside. So this is the benefit. Good, 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 looking good. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Long lasting hair, beautiful hair, shiny hair. You know, confidence, you know, you can take the world on, that sort of feeling. Good, good, good. Remember, Nazreen, natural product is a feature. Benefit is what comes out of that natural product. Good, 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 good. Okay, guys. Now, one very important point here, which I've already sort of set the tone for. And I said right in the start, when I was looking at the essence of entrepreneurial marketing, that entrepreneurs have to be salespeople. You have to be a good seller. Okay? You are the main part of your business. You are the marketer. You are the strategist. You are also the salesperson. Now, very important equation in converting interest into benefit is FAB. Now, what do I mean by FAB? What is FAB? And why is FAB important for entrepreneurial marketing? Well, FAB is an equation that salespeople follow. They live, they breathe when they sell products to the customers. So FAB is basically something which is very useful for converting interest into a benefit. It's a very simple yet powerful way of doing it. First question is to you guys, what is FAB? Yeah, that FAB doesn't mean you look fabulous. Okay, you might, but in this context, FAB is basically an acronym of 3 letters, FAB. Can anyone have a guess what do we mean by F here? Anyone? What does F stand for? What does A stand for? What does B stand for? And remember, we are talking about converting features into benefits. I think I've given away quite a, yeah. Okay, you're right. Features, absolutely. Functional features, Aina, that is fine. Kanchan, that is fine. Sajwar, that is absolutely fine. And B is for benefits, Sajwar, absolutely. Can anyone tell me what is A in the middle? I heard a little, whoa. Anyway, okay, that's fine. All right, I think you guys are hitting the right notes. Okay, so what is this person doing? This person is he's selling something. He's selling a portable trolley. He is a salesperson. And as I said, entrepreneurs should be salespeople. Okay, if they are not, they will have some tough time marketing their products. Okay, so here, salespeople use FAB when they sell products. Okay, no problem. Okay, I think we have a reasonable participation. More of you can chip in. That's absolutely fine. Okay, guys, so F is for features. Absolutely right. So basically, these are physical attributes. You know, you were telling me about the cereal. You were telling me about the car. Oh, its color is black. Oh, it's a very sleekly designed car. Oh, it has a battery in it. Oh, it has artificial intelligence, AI, which makes a car, you know, driverless. So these are all the features, okay? So basically the physical attributes. Now, advantages. I think Aina said about functional needs. So this is where that feature gives us some sort of a function. It has an outcome. So if the design is very aerodynamic, that means the car moves more easily through the air. So that is the functional outcome. So if you have nutrients in the cereal, that means that your kid is getting a balanced diet. That is a functional outcome. Okay, so here advantages is what comes out of a feature. Okay, it is still functional level. The third level is the most important level. And I'm going to give you an example where we will use this equation, FAB equation, in selling a product or marketing a product. So benefits is now you are meeting the emotional needs. Now you are creating something emotional. For instance, if I said this cereal is very, very balanced in terms of nutrient intake, what is the outcome of that in terms of a benefit? Well, the outcome is that you will have a very beautiful kid, someone who is active, someone who is energetic, someone who is happy. So this is the benefit out of that. If we were talking about the Tesla car being aerodynamically designed, which is an advantage, it goes through the air more smoothly, that basically means lower fuel consumption. That basically means you saving money. And that basically means you can buy, you know, the perfume that you wanted to buy for the last sort of, you know, six weeks, because you have saved enough money out of your fuel expenses. So benefits are emotional. Okay, now FAB, we have dissected it. Now I want you to apply it. And I'm going to go to a very basic product that I think most of us use. And this is where I'm going to need your help. I want you to understand FAB and how an entrepreneur can use FAB when they are marketing and they are selling their product. Okay, guys. So here you have a typical hair dryer. Okay, let's start with first the features. I think everyone can tell the features here. I'll highlight a few features so that you guys know what I'm talking about. So let's start with the first feature, which is a concentrator nozzle. Okay, you can see that right in front of you. Okay, I'm going to talk about advantages in a minute. First, I just want you to look at the features. Okay, the weight is 340 grams. Very good. Another feature. So we'll talk about that. Okay, the power consumption is 1875 watts. Another feature. Good. Now, the question is, and there are some other features, I'm not going to go through all of them. The question is, what are the advantages of these features? So for instance, what is the advantage of having a concentrator nozzle? Well, basically the advantage is that it sort of directs the airflow to a particular spot and hence your hair dry quickly. That's an advantage. Okay, so what's the advantage of having a weight of 340 grams? Well, the advantage is it's light, it's portable. And then similarly, what's the advantage of having an 1875 watt power? Well, it's a low power hair dryer. That basically means it is energy efficient. It consumes less electricity. Okay, good. So we have got to the advantage state, but the main issue is, and this is what the customer is going to buy, what are the benefits? Okay, we know the hair dries quickly, so what's the benefit? Well, the benefit is that if the hair dries quickly, that basically means you save time. You can use that time for something else, or you can do things quickly. Okay, if it's a quiet, it doesn't make a lot of noise. It says here, it's sort of, some sort of a low noise hair dryer. So if it's a quiet hair dryer, it makes less noise. What's the benefit? Well, it doesn't disturb others. It doesn't irritate others. So if it's portable, what's the benefit? If it's light, what's the benefit? Well, it's easy to store. You can put it in your bag, you can take it away. You can use it in toilets where they have electric, switches. And finally, if it's energy efficient, how is that good for me? Well, basically, the way it's good for you or someone who uses it, it saves money. It saves you pennies. It saves you pounds. Okay, so now you understand the whole flow. You have to look at this whole map. So you have your features. Then those features give you advantages or functional advantages. And then out of those advantages, you really need to understand what are the emotional benefits. And this is how FAB works. So for us, entrepreneurs, or for you, entrepreneurs, understanding FAB is very important, because at the end of the day, your focus is on selling. You want to sell the product. That is your key target. Okay, guys, let's move on very, very quickly. I'm going to give you a list here. And I want you to tell me out of this list, which are the benefits. Forget about the features, forget about the advantages. Just tell me which are the benefits. Anyone?
Saves time and money.
Very good. That is the first benefit. I think you sort of saw.
Peace of mind.
Okay, peace of mind. Very good. One more, convenience. Absolutely, Ozair. Anyone else?
Fits in the pocket.
Yep. I think you guys have got it. Now, fits in the pocket is what? Go on. Try again. Fits in the pocket is an advantage. Small size. Okay, good, good, good. I think I'm quite comfortable. You guys are, you guys are getting it. That's the main thing. So these are the benefits. Okay, this is what the customer will buy. Now, a very important point and a very important stage in your entrepreneurial marketing strategy, that when you state your benefits, please, please, please be as believable as possible. Don't go into the fantasy land. Don't tell stories which no one is gonna believe. Okay, so here, without exaggeration, you have to state, you have to communicate your benefits in such a way that the customer is going to accept them. You say, yeah, I think there is some sense here. Yeah, I think he's talking about a reality. Yeah, I think it's very possible. Okay, so don't detach yourself from reality. And how do we do that? How do we state benefits in a way that they are believed by the customer? I think the word power is very important here. When you put your message together, you really need to choose your words carefully. And that is what's going to create believability. Okay, guys, let me ask you something. And this is quite interesting, especially the ladies would enjoy it. The believability factor. Okay, scale of 1 to 10, 1 being totally unbelievable and 10 being totally believable. What score would you give to this ad? And I think most of us have seen this ad, or at least, it's a very classic product by the name of Tibet Snow. And I think 70s, 60s, 70s were the heydays of this product. And sorry for people who can't read Urdu, but this was a very classic ad. I just couldn't resist not sharing it with you. Tibet Snow, आपके कुदरती हुस्न को दोबाला करती है. इसके इस्तेमाल से जल्द हमेशा साफ और मुलायम रहती है और चेहरे पर एक नई ताजगी और दिलकशी पैदा हो जाती है. Okay, so what score would you? एक पैक करे जमाल, तिब्बत स्नो के सिंहार की दिलकश मिसाल, एशिया की मशहूर तरीन ब्यूटी क्रीम. Okay, right. So what's the believability factor here, guys? What would you give it?
4.
4. Okay, so it's sort of in the middle of the road.
I would have given it lower points, but given the fact that people are still using it, it still owes some points to believability, honestly. Otherwise, I would have given it lower.
What did I say in the early start? There will always be some customers that you can get through to them. You can tell them all these wonderful stories. You can tell them all these beautiful fairy tales and they will believe you. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I have no issues with that. That's the work of a very effective marketer. Yeah, Isha, go on. Okay, you guys are giving it a middle of a road score, which I think is fine. Aina, apologies for this. I know maybe you will have something similar in Bangkok, but yeah, I mean, I was like about 4 to 5. I wasn't quite sure whether I would believe it, but that's fine. That's fine. Okay, let's sort of move on. I want to show you another one, which is quite interesting product. And this is, I think, an update on Tibet Snow, something called Fair and Lovely. Look, I don't have anything against these products. If you're using them, that's absolutely fine. That is mega fine. I'm just looking at them from the perspective of believability. Okay, so moving on to Fair and Lovely. What would be the believability score here? How different would it be from Tibet Snow? 7, Huda. Okay, so you believe it. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, sometimes people experience things and then they see the results. Shifa, okay, 3, 4, okay, fine. I mean, I'm not sort of criticizing the product, don't get me wrong. I'm just sort of trying to look at the words they are using. Unbeatable fairness and the images that they are using. Fine. Okay, everyone, Furqan, you're using Fair and Lovely, yeah? Okay, but I think this is something which is for the boys or the guys or the man or whatever you want to call yourself. Fair and handsome. And I think, I don't know what would be the believability factor here. Guys, I think this is your chance to make your opinion heard. Rutba said 1, no, 4, sorry. Sajwar said 1. Okay, females are replying to this as well, fair and handsome. Where are the men? Where are the guys? Okay, no one uses it then. Okay, fair enough. Okay, that was a little bit of a banter. So the words are important. I think they need to be believable. Sometimes we use words which perhaps are, slightly out of context, in terms of, me really believing in something that a company or an advert is saying. So here, I want to look at some words which create positivity, which create believability. So you communicate a benefit in such a way that people will sort of really think, yes, that can happen. It is very possible. It is realistic. So you have a list of words. So can anyone sort of tell me which words would you choose out of this list? There are about sort of 20 words here. And tell me a couple of words that you would use in advertising. Beauty products or general products, or, cereals or cars, or what we have discussed, shampoos. Okay, you would use natural. Okay, good. Aina, natural. Okay, light, natural. Okay, open, flexible words. Nothing too specific, discover, free, researched, unique. I think you guys are hitting the right sort of, ballpark here. You, yeah, customer is usually you, someone who's out there in the market. I agree with you guys. I think these are some of the positive words. Natural is good. Customize, just to give a little bit more focus. Light, you said, absolutely. Simple, people like simple things. So these are some of the words which will create positivity. Now, I know I'm sort of going back, but this is very important. Just reflect back. I know it's not that easy. When we were talking about Kidalicious breakfast. Now, this is the statement they used in communicating the message, the purpose of the product. A bowl of Kidalicious breakfast provides your child with almost as many vitamins as a multivitamin pill. Okay, guys, can you tell me what is the positive word here? What is the word which makes this message believable? Anyone? Provides. Okay, someone said provides. Anyone else? As many as. Good. Vitamins, multivitamins. Anyone? It's a hinge word, remember. It just sort of creating that little bit, almost all. Oh, wow, who said that? Almost. Muhammad Sule, you are absolutely right. It is that hinge word, almost, which makes it believe. You're not saying all, you're not saying every, but you're saying almost. So you're absolutely right. Almost is the word which is creating more believability. If you said all, a little bit of suspicion here. One product, all vitamin C. No, maybe, that is a little bit, out of the reality range. So almost is a good word to use. So you're being subjective, you're being, careful, but yet you're saying, it's very healthy. Okay. Now we move into a very important area. How do we get our customers? How do we get people's attention? How do we attract them? How do we make them, look at our product, pay attention to our product? So how do we grab their interest? Key question. Okay, so let me share with this. A very simple ad in a grocery store. Can anyone tell me what's the attention point here? What is this shop? What is this grocery store using? If you are there, if you are looking at this particular aisle, what would sort of, catch your attention? Yeah. So what are they using? These guys are using humor, creativity, absolutely. Okay, excellent. I think we are getting creative message. So here, if I was to say, okay, this is what will grab your attention. It's a very simple way of, creating attention, a little bit of humor. And when you are humorous, when you are feeling good and, you laugh, you tend to relax, you tend to become positive, and you buy some bananas. Catchy line, absolutely, Kanchan, catchy line, absolutely. Okay, so The point is here, you have to get the focus, you have to get customers' attention towards your product and not the other objects. So this is where some advertisements go wrong, in my opinion, that they don't grab the attention towards the product, but the attention is slightly diverted. Okay, so I have this product called Jalna and a simple ad. Now, tell me honestly, when you look at this ad, especially the gents, where are you looking? What is the focus of your attention? What are you interested in? Anyone? Yes, Isha, you are looking at the model. Now,
so basically, they are using fetishism over here.
Yeah, they are using fantasism, but I think it misses the point. If I was selling yogurt, maybe I wouldn't be using fantasism. It is not a fantasy product. It's a very functional product. And that is my view. Yes, you can say that, Huda. That's a very, very original take on the ad, that it gives you this healthy body. But I think they really need to look at the product first, and then they start sort of looking into the other side of things. And I totally agree with you, Huda. That is a good way of looking at it. But my sort of focus would be this. And maybe I would sort of miss the product. If this product, this sort of ad came to me very quickly, I would miss the whole point in terms of what is the product here. I see a lady which is a very good-looking, model, and she is very healthy, and she is, as you said, she is slim, and maybe this is the benefit you get from the product. You really need to sort of, get the product. I think the product is too small. The brand actually is too small. I can't even see the name from here. But I'm just saying here, maybe you need to sort of, get the attention first and then sort of focus on to the model. But in this case, the reverse is happening. Okay, I'm not going to talk about Virat Kohli. I think, you're going to look at Virat Kohli rather than looking at too young. So the idea here is product should be the center of attention. And this is where you should be focusing. Okay, guys, let's sort of move on. So this is the circles show you the size difference between the two, the model and the product. So how do we motivate audience to get involved? How do we persuade them? How do we push them? How do we push them into the store? Because selling at the end of the day is the main focus, the main thrust of entrepreneurial marketing. So you have to create a touch point where they actually go to the product, and then the process of purchasing starts. So how do you initiate this? How do you persuade your audience, your customers, to visit the store, visit the website if you're online, make a call, pick up the phone, order online, fill in a coupon, or ask for more information or come for a demo? Show some element of interest. Show some form of interest. How do we do that? How? That is a key question. Now, one way, and there are a number of ways, one way which I see is that we definitely need to create more touch points. This is where the customer meets the product or meets the information about the product. And this is a good start where they start developing or showing interest. And hopefully this will end up in them buying or acquiring your product. Okay, so creating touch points. How do we create touch points? I mean, one example, this was very interesting. This was Hong Kong, and this guy, whoever this master is, teaching kung fu, and he used his belt to tie some leaflets around the tree. And I thought that was a very cool way of creating interest. And another example was, this guy, and this was India. He was using the gutter top to advertise his handmade barbecue business, which I thought was very, very interesting. So creating touch points is very important. And for that, we have to use creative marketing. How do we do that? Now, this is where we are going to go with it. What are some of the strategies? What are some of the tactics that we can use so that we can motivate audience, we can create more touch points, they can get involved, and the end result is them purchasing or buying our product. Now, one answer, and there are other answers. One answer is what I call guerrilla marketing. So what is a guerrilla marketing? Well, this is a low budget marketing. Remember, we guys, entrepreneurs don't have a lot of money, shoestring budget. So we have to go low on expenses. Guerrilla marketing helps you to go low. So I'm going to look at guerrilla marketing as one possible strategy for entrepreneurs that can help you to sell. So for instance, this small business, which is a tea stall. And, you can see it sort of, on the pavement saying, oh, chat time, you want to talk, oh, this way. Come and have a cup of tea and talk. And this is a pizza shop or pizza restaurant. And they are doing something similar. So they are using environment or pavement to their, to their good cause, and they are creating interest and they are creating touch points. So this is basically very low on budget, very creative in my view, and using guerrilla marketing. So the question is, what is guerrilla marketing? Is it like, like a gorilla, you sort of, start thumping your chest and start shouting about your product? No. This gorilla is the one who sort of, lives, the human being who sort of, is part of this sort of radical group or fighting force, and he sort of lives in jungles and camouflages and then sort of attacks, uses the element of surprise, using the environment to their, best of their ability. And basically, when we look at guerrilla marketing, there are first of all, let me define it. I don't like defining things because there are different ways of looking at a particular definition or a concept. But this is guerrilla marketing, using element of surprise, being creative. Yeah, graffiti, Rutba, that's a very good way of putting it. That can be used as guerrilla marketing, using the environment, imagination, innovation. And the idea is that you want to create something which is engaging, which is catchy, and it has a potential to attract the customer, to hold their attention. And hopefully this leads to the purchasing of the product. Okay, so that's actually excellent. That is sort of guerrilla marketing for you. But the question is, the point is, how do we use, as entrepreneurs, how do we use this guerrilla marketing? Okay, let me start with a little video. I think this is something which is quite interesting, especially most of you are students. And this is how you grab attention of students. This is how you use guerrilla marketing on a campus. And it's a very interesting video. So let's have a quick watch and then maybe followed by a quick discussion. Come on, sorry. Let me try again. Sorry, guys. Okay, guys, I'm not promoting Coca-Cola, by the way. I'm not a guerrilla marketer for Coca-Cola. I mean, personally, I don't like the product, but then, you know, credit is due where the credit is due. Aina, yes, it was very good marketing. I totally agree with you. Just imagine how much money they spent on this. I would say a couple of $1,000, and the amount of, you know, advertisement, the amount of awareness, even the amount of sales they must have got out of it was must have been quite you know, healthy. So that is one example of guerrilla marketing. Okay, guys, let's sort of move on because I think I've got another half an hour left. And now I just want to sort of discuss the different formats of guerrilla marketing because it comes in different shapes and sizes. I'm going to talk about 3 formats here very, very quickly of guerrilla marketing. It is still guerrilla marketing, but there are different types of formats of guerrilla marketing. The first one is called ambush marketing. This is all military strategy. So basically here it says ambush marketing. What is it? Well, you ambush places, you ambush events. You just very quickly take the element of surprise and you appear with your marketing, you know, show, your marketing gimmick, or whatever you want to say, your marketing stunt. And the idea is that you take this, how should I say, advantage of the unknown factor, surprise, yeah, sudden reaction, and then you do marketing and then you disappear. So that is called ambush marketing. So let me sort of, you know, give you a couple of examples, starting with some billboards, which I found very interesting. And then I'll maybe show you a movie as well very, very quickly, a clip. So here, ambush marketing done by Pantan against Dove. How can this happen? I mean, 2 billboards side by side. They are direct competitors. Who ambushed who? I have no idea. But Pantan, Dove, right next to each other. I thought that was a very, very nice, that was a good display of ambush marketing. And this is where, you know, we go human, and these 2 individuals were, you know, advertising a piece of technology in the middle of New York. And they were moving together and they would just appear in crowds and then they smile, they show, they do a little bit of a trick. They do a bit of a gimmick to sort of get attention towards their faces. They will do their job and then go away. And I think this was a very creative, very low budget way of ambush marketing, stroke guerrilla marketing. You must have seen this, you know, T-shirts with the adverts and these individuals appearing in music shows and you know, other outdoor events, and they just appear, they show the product, and then they disappear. And I think this is where I'm going to extend on this idea of flying over a cricket match or a football match or a stadium or a music sort of, you know, concert with a tagline, you know, attached to its tail. And again, they sort of, you know, use the event, they use that gathering to advertise product, again, ambush marketing. Okay, now watch this video carefully, guys, because this is a very subtle form of ambush marketing where this guy is advertising by stealing television time or television space of someone else. It's subtle, but it's a very good example of ambush marketing. So just watch, and I will ask you, what's the name of the ambusher here? Who is ambushing?
You are not part of the media. You're not even connected with anything. Get out. Well, not now. You're free advertising. Get out. After he's just broken it. No, you're not connected with anything. I've seen you blokes before, right? Now get out. So, coming over here, a couple of
Okay, guys, very, very quickly. Who was the ambusher? Adidas. No, it was actually a sports channel, a new sports channel by the name of M. And they were ambushing, yes, Aina, it was M. It was a new sports channel in Australia who was sort of, ambushing a transmission which was being done by 10, another sports channel. So I think it was a very, very subtle. Yeah, exactly. He was carrying the billboard, Aina. There was a billboard which was carried around, and that mic wasn't a mic actually. It was just a piece of cardboard cut in the shape of a mic. So I thought this was a very clever way of doing ambush marketing. Okay, good, guys. Okay, another format of ambush marketing, and this is again a very subtle way of, advertising the product, getting the product in front of the customer. And this was really, really cool. It is undercover marketing. So basically you use a plant, not the plant with leaves and branches, the plant like you just have your secret guy there who is promoting, but no one knows. And usually these plants are paid. Okay, so they mix with other customers, they mix with other people, and they are doing marketing for you without even anyone knowing that there is marketing going on. So this is undercover marketing. I'm going to talk to you about this particular event in 2014. This was the Oscars ceremony. And there was a plant there. Very interesting. You may even have seen this picture. Okay, and these all, Hollywood stars getting together and, taking a picture and using a particular type of camera. And the plant was there. Okay, I won't ask you who was the plant because it's a slightly unfair question, but let me tell you, the plant was this guy who is actually holding the mobile phone. Okay, and that was the actual product he was marketing. And the plant himself was this guy, and I think now you know who this guy is because he's a famous Hollywood actor, and his name is Bradley Cooper. So, this was a very subtle way of undercover marketing, which is a type of guerrilla marketing. And this is a slightly more general example of how you can use undercover marketing. So let me share this clip with you, and this will clarify how you can do marketing very subtly on a fairly low budget. And you can create touch points. And you can use guerrilla marketing quite effectively.
Go ahead, get this guy in the business suit.
Would you like to take a picture in my boyfriend?
When Sony Ericsson wanted to promote its hot new gadget, a cell phone that takes pictures, beyond conventional advertising, they launched an undercover campaign called Fake Tourist.
Excuse me, ladies. Sorry to bother you.
60 actors took to the streets of 10 cities, irresistibly innocent looking, seeking a small favor.
Okay, guys, so what was going? Yeah, absolutely, Sony Ericsson. So what will be the outcome of this undercover marketing? You employ 60 guys going around the city, taking pictures or asking people to take pictures. So what will happen? What will this trigger? Anyone? So this will trigger what is called the word of
Mouth.
Absolutely right. And then that will trigger the word of mouse. So people will talk face to face, and then people will talk online. And that will create something which I'm going to discuss in a minute. Okay, guys, so that is an example of undercover marketing. The third type, which is using the environment effectively, is ambient marketing, and it's another format of guerrilla marketing. So here what you do is you utilize the atmosphere of a place. You utilize the environment, you utilize the space, and you utilize the surroundings to communicate the marketing message. So an example, I mean, those of you, I don't know if you've ever been to Hong Kong or Singapore, and if you ride the metro there, I mean, you see these type of straps, different types of straps. This is the one shaped in watch. There are some jewelry sort of. So the idea here is using the actual surrounding and marketing a product. This was a very cool way of launching a book. I thought this was really, really creative. And here the author actually hung some copies of his books from a tree, but from trees. So people just went, they sort of, plucked a book from a tree, and they read it, or they talked about it, or they sort of, started word of mouth. And I thought that was a very good example of ambient marketing. And this is sort of, again, there are a number of examples. This is IKEA, and they are sort of using a tube station, underground station, using the environment quite well to promote their furniture, to promote their sofas. And I thought that was a very cool way of, again, launching your product, creating a word of mouth. And, you can use animated characters, absolutely, in public, moving around, talking to children, and that can sort of, also create a lot of buzz. Okay, guys, excellent. Yeah, Usman, we will talk about this later. Let me sort of finish this because it's a slightly off-topic question. All right, so let me sort of very, very quickly give you a little clip, a very good use of ambient marketing. Okay, guys, I think that was a fantastic way of starting a buzzword of mouth, using traffic lights as a way of ambient marketing. I think these guys, Nestle, did very well in starting, buzz. And I'm going to talk about the buzz in a minute about the new product. So basically, this was guerrilla marketing in a nutshell, which is used for creating interest, really attracting customers. But there are limitations to it. It is good, but definitely it comes with certain challenges. First of all, you can only do it for a limited time. I mean, usually, especially you are working in the gray area of legality, like that M company who crashed in on the transmission of another sports channel, you just have a limited time. So you have to do things quickly and get out of there before the police or some law body comes and catches you, because sometimes you are breaking the law and you have to be very careful to know what your limits are. You don't want to end up in the jail for the next 2 years. Yeah, so you've got to be very, very careful that you have a contingency and you're not doing something which is illegal, because you're exposing yourselves to a big risk here. And sometimes, aggression and shock or surprise in a culture, depending on what culture, can be offensive. It can be taken as distasteful, disgusting. So you got to be really careful that you be creative, but not offensive or not sort of, disgusting. because this is about creating a positive word of mouth, not creating a negative word of mouth. So let me sort of very, very quickly show you something which again is guerrilla marketing, but on a very edge. I don't know where I put it. You know, this might work in a place such as New York. You know, they are trying to promote a new movie called Kill Bill 2. And they sprayed this red paint across, you know, cars and so on and so forth. But maybe in some countries, this will be taken as very tasteless. Yeah. So you got to be careful. Look at the culture. Now, this was another very interesting marketing by 3M. And they were sort of launching their new protective glass. And they had all that wonderful money, you know, stuck between two sort of layers of glass. And they said, whoever breaks it can take it. So you can see all these flying kicks and, you know, people trying to break. And even later on, people started bringing sledgehammer and so on and so forth. So that can be quite disturbing in certain countries, and it will not be allowed. So, you know, again, know your limits, know where you're working, and don't create disgust. I mean, something like this definitely will create a sort of a unusual feeling in your stomach. This will not sort of be something which will be liked by the general public. So you got to be very careful. Again, you know, don't be distasteful. Okay, so one point I wanted to say was all these strategies, the guerrilla marketing that we have talked. The main point here is that you want to create interest. You want to motivate your audience to get involved. And the way that is done is that through these guerrilla marketing strategies, you are creating a viral impact. Sometimes it is called viral marketing as well. Personally, I don't agree with that. It is not a type of marketing, more it is an outcome. So you're generating this word of mouth online or word of mouth offline. And the idea is that you want to create a buzz. You want people to talk about the product. You want people to sort of, you know, discuss the product. You want, exactly. My view is it's not marketing. It is an outcome of marketing, okay? So that sort of very, very quickly sort of try to finish the session. I know I've got like 8 minutes left. So this guy came and then he did something and he went viral and everyone saw him on the Google, everyone saw him on the YouTube, and he had like over 2 billion hits, and then he disappeared. One single song that made him, you know, sort of, you know, talked about celebrity, a world figure, and then he just disappeared. He bought his Ferrari, he bought his house, and then he was gone. So who was this guy? Well, okay, he was Jae Sang Park. He was a rapper stroke singer from South Korea. And he did a song, maybe some of you may remember very, very quickly. If I can play it for you, I'll sort of do that. That is enough entertainment. So let's sort of move on. And that we sort of finish my slides, sorry. So slides disappeared. Let me go back to them. Okay, that's the last couple of slides and then just hang with me. So this is what I was talking about, guys, that we have to create a buzz. The purpose of viral marketing or marketing going viral, the idea here is that you want to create a word of mouth which goes around, which creates a buzz. And this is basically your speech energy, that people are talking about your product. And they're talking about your product in a positive way. So this is where you are getting people involved. Now, this is where they're focused on your product. This is where they're interested in your product. And DHL did it in a very, very subtle way. Now, this is one of the best videos of the session. Now, this is what DHL did as a guerrilla marketing, which I thought was a masterpiece. They basically made the competition advertise for them. And the way they did it was highly creative. So let's sort of very quickly, watch this very short, brief clip.
In many countries, DHL has more locations, more vehicles, and more employees. That's why DHL is faster. However, to communicate this with a classic advertising campaign is expensive. So why couldn't the competitors advertise for DHL? For that purpose, giant packages were taped all over with thermoactive foil and cooled down below the freezing point. In this way, the competitors picked up a black package that transformed back at temperatures above freezing and delivered the message in the most beautiful colors to addresses in the city that were not that easy to find. After all, they were paid reasonably. The result, an innovative way to communicate, and everyone played along. Well, almost everyone. Thank you very much.
Okay, guys. So, this was, I think, a very, how should I say, effective way of making your competitors, promote your product.
Skip this ad. Just like you skipped out on buying Amazon stock.
Oh dear, oh dear. Hang on. Let me just close this.
I'm sure you think you're too busy to invest online.
Okay. All right. So, last couple of slides summing up. So as I said, once you know your customers are involved, they are interesting, you have engaged them, then you should also check whether your messages, whether your communication is getting through to them. And this is where you have to do what we say, a little bit of marketing research. You have to test your advertisements, that they are being reached, they are being understood, and they are creating some sort of an impact, which is they are making some sales. So how can we make sure, how can we have a reasonable idea that we are communicating clearly, we are communicating effectively, our messages are landing at the place where we want them to land? So how can we check the communicability of our marketing messages? Well, the simple way is that you do some research. Once you have launched your message, once you have created and floated your advertising campaign, then you basically go back to the drawing board, and you talk to the customers, and you ask them some simple questions. And those simple questions are, first of all, can they remember your brand? Can they recall your brand? Or can they recall the message that you're trying to communicate? And can they recall the actual name of the product or the offering that you're trying to communicate to them? So if they can do that, there is a level of awareness. The chances are that your marketing strategy is successful, your entrepreneurial marketing strategy is successful, and you are making those sales. So, okay, guys, last 2 minutes, I need your vision. I need you to look forward. I need you to look into the future. My thesis on this is, my input on this is, that in terms of marketing, entrepreneurial marketing, digital technology will be very useful. I mean, we have a lot of access to the data. We have very powerful databases. We can extract, we can data mine. We can really, really focus on one-to-one relationships. Hence, digital marketing is the future. One more area where I see a lot of progress in the next 5 to 10 years is what I call drone marketing. So instead of aeroplanes, instead of other flying objects, I think we are going to use drones very effectively. In fact, we will be using multiple drones to create brand names in the sky. So I see a lot of progress in drone technology utilization within marketing. And I think they're not very expensive. So entrepreneurs can afford them as well. So this is another area you can start thinking about. And what do you guys think? Now, I want your opinion, your view in terms of how you see future developing in terms of entrepreneurial marketing? Any views? Anyone? What do you think? How do you see the future of entrepreneurial marketing?
I think it's going to flourish a lot, sir, given the fact that there are so many blooming entrepreneurs right now, and the fact that you guys are teaching us and guiding us in such an instructive way. It inspires us a lot and gives us the motivation to sort of start up, something that we had thought really very lightly about. Because we have like fleeting thoughts about things and ideas that we tend to think that this might not work or something, and we are sort of disincentivized. But given your marketing strategies and stuff, it's been really like pushing towards pursuing it. So
That was
I'm really
nice.
thankful.
That's okay. That's okay. I think that was slightly off topic, but still, absolutely appreciate it. Thank you for those kind words. So anything about the future of entrepreneurial marketing in terms of where it's going? New technologies, new strategies that you see coming up? Yeah, Arif, you will definitely push the boundaries. I think you guys are the innovators, you are the creators, you lead the way. AI will help, definitely AI will help. I think three-dimensional visual representation, holograms, I think they will definitely play a significant part in marketing, whether that is entrepreneurial, whether that is large organizations. I mean, you might think you're talking to a human being, but later on you find out, oh gosh, that was a hologram. So yeah, absolutely. Okay, guys, I know I have almost run out of my time. Internet of Things, absolutely of that. I think this is where you will go with it as well. Customer will have a lot of power and you will have a lot of power. So you really need to compete with the customer. Mobile phone will play a big part. Absolutely right. I mean, this is what is going to be your life driving force. Okay, guys, sorry, time is up, 11:15. If there are any quick questions, I don't know whether the moderator will let me take them.
Yes, sir, you can go ahead, please.
Okay, any quick questions, guys? I have like a couple of minutes because I don't want to eat into Hans' time. He's a very interesting teacher, he's a very interesting educator, so I want you to take full benefit of his expertise as well. Okay, if there are no more questions, that's fine. You can email them to me. Asghar Saab has my details. All I have to say is thank you very much. It was a real pleasure interacting with you guys. And please have a nice evening and stay safe.
Thank you,
Allah.
Dr. Saab, for giving time to IBA CED for International Entrepreneurship Summer School. We are very thankful to you. And I have some announcements. Before that, our guest speaker, Usman Zafar Saab, was having some technical issue. So he'll be wrapping up his presentation in 2 or 3 minutes. Then I'll make the announcement and we can close the session afterwards. So Usman Saab, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can. Can you wrap up in 2 or 3 minutes because we
I
are
will wrap.
already
Is
out
it
of
possible
time.
for you, because I am online with the mobile at the moment? Can
So
you share
yeah, you go ahead, please.
my presentation with you guys?
Yeah, we will run it. You can just start, please.
Okay, let me start. Just a moment. So I was on my last slide that how we are going to take that very bold step, especially Professor Saab and rest of other participants described that how the role of entrepreneur is going to be start. Maybe it would be easy, maybe it would be difficult, but it's all depend that what sort of product we are going to launch, what sort of services that we are going to offer. So it's all depend and that how it that offer that service or the manufacturing side, the product is helpful for the society. So my product, which is purely for those people who are suffering with that sort of disease, which is called that diabetes. That has two types, but now I'm not going to get into details. But the main the main thinking, the main problem of the people in Pakistan are these: they are less educated as far as the medical problem is concerned. They are not going to be get into details that how they are going to be get rid of that disease, and they are not going to be complicated with that very syndrome, because you know if someone having the diabetes or the sugar, it may be possible that the blood pressure, uric acid, and cholesterol is going to be attached with that very thing. So this is called going to be syndrome. So from you guys, especially Dr. Saab, Dr. Hurram, and rest of other participants, I do need your help as well. That if someone like me, who having the experience of 20 years of a job, and I got myself into a business now, and going to become an entrepreneur rather than a social entrepreneur, what sort of technique that a newcomer in business for society, what sort of marketing skills will have to be utilized from my side, and so that my product is going to be become a word of mouth. So I asked this question to Dr. Khurram as well, that what sort of marketing a professor needs when he is going to start his own business. We are going to be very good as far as our teaching skills are concerned, but how we are going to be more effective rather than an employee, but be a entrepreneur. So the last slide or last point is this: what future entrepreneur be like? I think only problem with we have, especially in this part of world, which is going to be third world, that we are not going to be consistent. We are not going to be like quality oriented sort of things, which we are going to maintain for a longer period of time. And it's my question to all of you, especially Dr. Shahid Saab and the rest of other participants, that how we are going to be more quality and quantity, both sort of techniques are going to be adopted. That why our product from Pakistan, why our brands, why our organizations having a less sort of era or less sort of years are going to be they are going to be alive. I mean, why Coke, Coca-Cola, KFC, and other organizations are still alive for the last 150 years, but why our organizations are going to be in that very thing, they are not going to be very effective. They are not going to be a run longer period of time. What sort of technique that we need, and what sort of marketing we require to grab the major audience, grab the international market. So it is going to, this is going to be last slide from my side. And I would like if someone asks a question regarding this very thing, that how I'm going to make this floor with the 16 crops, 16 different crops. And if someone need to ask question, I'm ready. Thank you very much.
Do anyone has any question for Usman Zafar Saab? Okay, thank you Usman Zafar Saab for coming to the session. And we have some announcements. We have a session with Dr. Stan at 6 o'clock in the evening, Pakistan time. She missed the session because of some technical issues yesterday. So I have shared the recording of her session on the main student group. You can watch. She has assigned some reading material as well as a workbook to work you guys to work with you guys during the session. So kindly see your Google Classroom, and if you don't have that, you are not included